Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter. I don't know how much everyone is. Literally about 60 seconds ago, Ranks sent me a link to the 350 adventure video, which is one I recorded. First of all, I want to start with saying congratulations to Ranks for getting out 350 Sudoku adventures. It's a series over on his channel. I will link to the video that he sent me, which is me doing the video. So let me just put that in chat now. That is Rank's 350th Adventure Puzzle. Really, really cool stuff. I think that's just awesome. And why is the YouTube chat not letting me pin or do anything to messages at all? Wow, I don't have moderation functions at all? Not on my own messages. I can't pin my own messages. It's giving me moderation on other people's messages, but not on my own. So I can't pin my own. YouTube keeps changing things in ways that seem dumb. So I can't actually pin my own message anymore. Okay, whatever. The top message is the one I was trying to pin, which is the link to the gas homepage and everything. So, yeah, that was really, really cool. Welcome, everyone. So, welcome, Sotek. Welcome, Lakla. Like, I can never see, is it Lakla or Lakia? I think it's Lakia and Rockrat. And there's other people here as well. So, yeah, I'm going to do some gas puzzles this morning. Yeah, YouTube has changed stuff, and I don't know why. Uh, Weird stuff is going on. Like Kia, right? Cool. Um, YouTube changes stuff, and it's just bonkers as to what's going on. Let me check that all my settings are correct, but they seem to be. Yep, all the settings seem to be correct. So I don't know. We'll just have to hope that the stream is healthy, because all the moderation tools seem to be completely wow, just weird. Um, yeah, very strange. Anyway, so I'm going to start with the puzzle. There's a couple of things I do want to say. Oh, before I start with the puzzle, and I'm going to say this a few times through the stream, please go and nominate puzzles for the best of 2023. It's on my Patreon page, which you can find in the links of any of my normal videos. I don't think it's at the bottom of this, because I don't really put much of a description in this, although I could be wrong. I just use a template. But over on my Patreon page, available on a free post, is, and if you're a paid member, there's one which gives you a few more nomination options. But nominate puzzles for the best of puzzle that was featured on 2023, because I want to run a bit of a battle royale and get the community involved in basically say what puzzle did people think were like highlights of the year. I'm not trying to annoy anyone. I'm not trying to say, oh, your puzzles suck, because I really loved most of the puzzles that were featured on the channel. But it's a case of let's surface some of the absolute gems, and get people like looking at those, because I do get new people joining the channel every day, and giving them something to go back and look at I think would be a good thing. So please go back and nominate. But let's jump to a puzzle. So I'm jumping to the February the 11th, seems to be where I'm up to, which is a semi-killer by Clover. Hey, Steve. The person who was speaking in Chinese or whatever, I have no idea what that was. What I am going to do is, no, that's all good. I can't pin any of my messages. I don't know what it is. This is very weird. Yeah. We'll see how things go. Anyway, so Semi-Killer by Clover. So normal Sudoku rules apply. First puzzle of the stream, so I'm going to mention what they are. So that means that in every box, in every row, and in every column, we need to put the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. We also have digits may not repeat in cages. So in these cages, you cannot repeat a digit. So for example, it wouldn't be legal for me to put 2 2s in here, even though by normal Sudoku, that would be fine. In this puzzle, that is not allowed. In each cage, the indicated clue is the total of all but one of the digits in the cage. Which digit is left out is to be determined by the solver. So, cool. I like that one. So, right. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So in this, we need 3 of the 4 digits to sum to 6. So this has to be 1, 2, 3, because if we use the 9, we're already over the total. Oh, thanks, Azil Rebirth. Thank you. This can't be the 3, so this is the 3. In this 5, we need 2 digits that sum to 5, but the minimum digits I could put in here are 4 and 5. So we have to put a 4 in one of those, and this has to be a 1. Hey, Carl. Now, in this 24 cage, we need 3 digits that sum to 24. Now, the only way we could do that is with 7, 8, 9. Now, if we include the 6 in the total that gets to 24, then we would need another 2 digits summing to 18, which we can't do because you can't use 2 9s. So these are 7, 8, 9. There's no 7 in here. This is the 7. So these are actually 4, 5, 6, and we know the 4 is not here. Right. Oh, this is the 9. This is the 8. Do some Sudoku. This 2 looks up making this the 1 and this the 2. Now this has to have 1, 2, 3 in it, but I can't put 1, 2, 3 there. So this is 1, 2, 3, and I can't put 1 there for various reasons. I could probably do some more Sudoku. This is where things are going to get tricky, because 7 in 3 is going to be 1, 2, 4. So I have to put 1, 2, and 4 in this cage. Oh, I can't put 8 in a 7 cage. So this is 1, 2, 4. And the reason for that is 1, 2, 3, as I said up here, are the minimum digits, and I need to increase one of those digits by 1. If I increase either the 1 or the 2 by 1, then I end up with a duplicated digit, so it doesn't work. So this is 1, 2, 4. I can't put the 1 in either of those. This is the 1. The 4 means that's the 2, and that's the 4. 23, the same. The maximum is 7, 8, 9, but I can't. I have to reduce one of those digits by 1, and if I reduce the 9 or the 8, I end up with duplicated digits, so I have to reduce the 7 to a 6, and I can't put a 6 in either of those, so that becomes a 6. I know I'm giving up time in order to explain this, but I think it's important for people to understand what's going on. Now, these are 1, 2, 3, 6, no, 3, 7, and 9. I can't put 7 I can put 7 and 9 into a 5 cage, but they're not going to contribute to the total, and one of these digits needs to. So the 3 is going to contribute to the total here, which means this is a 2. Because I need the 3 and whatever this digit is to contribute to the 5 total. What's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's no 6 there. There's no 7 or 9 there. That's the 6. Now, this 7, 9 means that, of course, these are the 1, 2, 4. I could have got that by having to put the 1, 2, 4 there. There's no 2 there for various reasons. This 24 cage needs a 7, 8, 9 in it, and it can't be there because of this 7, 8, 9. So these are 7, 8, 9. And the 7, 9 here looks over, making that the 8. There's no 8 in those. Now, this triple maybe, which is 1, 3, 5. But there's no 3 in either of those because the 3 has to go down here. So this is the 3. This is a pair, 1 and 5. And the 1, 5 looks back, making that the 4, taking the 4 out of those. This is now known. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just a 6. Which means this isn't a 6. Oh, this isn't the 4. This is the... Well, not both of them selected. That's dumb, BremSter. This is the 4. This is a 5, 6 pair. Which means if I use Sudoku, I can say 5 is in one of those. Not normally a gas trick you use, but it is true. Now I need to put 6, 8. Oh, I need to put 6, 8, 9 into this. It's the same trick again, and I can't put any of them there. So this is 6, 8, 9, and I can't put 6 there or there. So that's the 6. This is an 8, 9 pair. Okay, this 5 cage. Now, this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. The 5 and the 7 can't contribute to it, so there has to be a 4 in here, which means this has to be the 1, which means this is not the 1. The 2, 3 in the cage means this is the 1. The 4, 5, 7 means this is the 9, this is the 7. The 1 makes that the 5 and that the 1. Right, this 14 cage is also going to be ridiculously powerful, but the 14 cage is trickier math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 go in. But I think any of those digits actually could. In fact, the 9 is in the cage, but I'm not sure if it's contributing to the total or not. Well, the 9 is in the cage, so that's the 8, that's the 9. What is this triple? 1, 2, 4, 5? There's no 5 in those, that's the 5. The 2, 4 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 2. Oh, this 9 has been there for ages, looking down, making that 7 and 9. This 9 looks down, making that the 7, and this is a 3, 9 in the cage. This 1 now looks down, of course, making this the 5 and this the 1. There's a lot of scanning opportunities in this puzzle, but they're all a bit tricky. The 6 looks up making this 5 because they're jumping all over the place, it feels, which is fine. It's just this triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. There's no 5 in any of those. That's the 5. The 4, 8 looks back, making that the 2, and that the 4, which looks back, making that the 3, which makes that the 2. This 4 looks up, making that the 8, and that the 4. This column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, and 8. The 8 here makes this the 3, and this the 8. This 6, of course, takes 6 out of there. I've got to put a 4 in this row, and it's not there. So that's a 4. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 7. There's no 7 in those, so that's the 7. Now, this is a 14 cage with a 2 or a 3 in it. Well, the 2 and the 3 can't be part of the 2 digits that sum to 14. It won't get me there. So this has to be 5, 9. So there's no 6 here. This is the 6. I'm glad you like that shirt. I went and put that shirt on deliberately when I solved for Reg's channel actually. So this is a 4 or a 5, and that means it's a 5 because there's a 4 in the column. This is the 4. This is the 5. This is the 7 because there was already a 7. That means this is not the 5. No, neither of these are 5s. I was about to say this 5 means this is not the 5, so this is, but I've already got a 5 in the box. I do that all the time. This is 5, 9 for the row, but there's a 5 in the box. So that's the 9, that's the 5, that's the 9. These are 3, 4, and 8. There's no 4 there or there. That's the 4. The 9 looks down, making that the 3 and that the 9. The 3 looks up, making that the 8, that the 3. In this box, I need to put a 2, which doesn't go there or there. So that's your 2. These are 7 and 8, and I'll use that 7 to make that the 8 and that the 7. 7 minutes, 50 seconds. So at 7 minutes, 50 seconds, that puzzle was done way outside the 2 hat time, but I was explaining what I was doing. I'm glad you like that shirt. I really am. um, I won't go put it on now because it's in my walk-in robe, and my wife is still asleep in the bedroom, so I'm not going to go grab it. But and no offense, the £5 is really appreciated, but waking my wife up is not worth £5. That was a fun puzzle. I really like this concept. Um, I hope everyone is doing okay today. So today is going to be a weird day for me because 1 year ago today, this is going to be a bit of, it's going to keep this short, but today is 1 year ago today was when I took my father to see Hamilton, and they were surprise tickets obtained for me by the crew, or one of the people at the box office. And we because the show finished 2 days from now 1 year ago, and you couldn't get tickets. Even I could not get tickets. Like, tickets just could not be had. And my father was in hospital for the months leading up to the show. Just, he was too sick to go see the show. And he was discharged from hospital basically this morning 1 year ago. And I got a call from the box office saying, "How's your dad?" And I went, "He's okay." He knew he was dying. Like, he knew it was very close. And it was like, "He's okay." And it was like, "Right, get him here." And they'd gotten me tickets. And it was his last night out. And it was just a wonderful night. Because Dad and I used to go out to the theatre and to movies and to galleries and stuff all the time. We did it like all the time my entire life. And I will never forget that night. And it was 1 year ago today. So I'm a little sad. But um, next puzzle. Okay, so what is next? It is. So thank you everyone for the company. Okay, this is not in English, and I am terrible at not English. Ce n'est pas un cliché? Is it ce n'est pas un cliché? Whatever, by Bill Murphy. This is a classic Sudoku. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. I just restart my time, puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So, 3 can't go in any of those. Those are full. 3 is in one of those, but a 3 Cs. That's also, this is a 3, which puts 3 in one of those two. That's probably not where I want to start. 6 is right there. 4 is now right here. This is a triple. This is 5, 6, and 7. There's a 5 and 7 looking down, so that's the 6. That's cool. 1 is in one of those, but 3, more importantly, is in one of those. So 3 is in one of those. That's not it. 4 is in one of those. That's not it. Okay, this is not a cliche. Cool. Feels like one to me now. 4 is in one of those two now. 6 is in one of those. I'm just this is a 1-2 pair. So this is 1 and 2. Should have started at the top. So this is now 3 in the top row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair. Okay. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 8, and 9. There is a 4 and 9 there. So that's the 8. This is the 4, 9. Great. Right. So this is the 1. I've got the same trick happening here. This is a 2, 3 pair. Pay attention to what's going on. This is the 3. This is the 2. So this is 1, 5, and 6. And the 1 and the 6 make that the 5. And great. Now this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 7 because of the 8, 9 already there. Let's mark this triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 5. There's no 3 there. There's no 3 there. So this is the 3. These are 2 and 5. Right. Three in this row is not there, there, or there. So this is the 3 in the row. Yeah, that 3 looked back doing that. I could have done that. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7, 8, 9. There's no 8 or 9 there. That's the 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. But the 7 makes that 5 and that 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got a 2 in row 4. 6 and 2, so 1 and 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. There's no 5 there, so that's the 5, which means that's the 9. That's the 8, because I already had an 8 here. This is the 8. The 9 makes that the 4, that the 9. That means that's not the 4, that's the 4. That's the 1. I was about to say what I was doing, and then I hit the wrong button. 1 is in one of these two by Sudoku, and it's not there. So that's the 1. This is a triple. 2, 8, and 9. There's no 2 or 9 there. That's the 8. And that's the 8. Great. 8 is in one of those two. Where to scan next? So in this row, I need to put 2, 5, 7, and 9. So this isn't a 4. Why have I... That's now the 4. So this is 7 or 9. Three in box 1. It probably was something that simple, wasn't it? Yes, this is the 3. It's probably now something as simple as 4 in box 1. So what's this triple now? Well, this isn't the 3. What is this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 6 there. There's no 7 there. That's the 5. 5 comes out of there. This 6, 7 is resolved. The 5 makes that 2, which makes that 5. This is now an 8, 9. Which means this is 2, 8, 9. So this is 8. This is 9. This is 8. This is 2. This is 9. This is 7. This is 8 or 9. So it's 8, 9. This is 1 and 5. So 5 and 1. These are 2, 5, and 6. So this is the 6. This is the 2. This is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 minutes 53 seconds. The time I was aiming for was 5:30. So I got it. Thank you, Lakia. Cool. Yeah, not a cliche, just a really good puzzle. So yeah, yeah, good fun. So speaking of good fun, over on BremSter's Games, I've been recently playing. I finished. Okay, let's start with the concept of puzzle games because that's what people are interested in. I'm not looking at this puzzle deliberately yet because I don't want to start solving in my brain. So I think the best puzzle game ever created is Portal 2. Portal 2 is an absolutely stunning game. If you've never played Portal 2 and you're okay with 3D movement and 3D spatial geometry, then and you don't suffer from motion sickness, there's definitely a motion sickness element in the game, then I think Portal 2, it'll run on almost any computer. It's a 15-year-old game or something. Then Portal 2 is probably the best puzzle game ever created. It is just stunning. It's $1 over on Steam. On top of that, a new mod was released last weekend. It's a community created mod, and it was a full game, which is an add-on to Portal 2 called Portal Revolution. And it was as large, if not larger, than Portal 2. It was absolutely stunning. And I've recently played Portal 2 back in April, I think it was, when I got my gaming computer over on BremSter's Games. You can find a link to it. There's a BremSter Plays Puzzle Games playlist on this channel as well, which links to my videos on that channel. And I also played Portal Revolution this week, and it was absolutely stunning. And recently, for a bit of silly fun, I have been returning to Just Cause 2. Just Cause 3 and 4 are out and are arguably better games, but I've been having a lot of fun playing Just Cause 2. Hey, Ratfinks. Ew. A lot of games have microtransactions to beat it. Is this one of them? Portal 2 has no microtransactions in it at all. I tend not to play games with microtransactions, or if I play games with microtransactions, they are microtransactions that are like, you can buy cosmetics. So if you buy cosmetics, then, and I tend not to, or if I do, it's because I enjoy the game. I actually, for Portal Revolution, went and looked to see if I could donate to the company that made it, because the game was released for free and it was a full 12-hour experience, or no, it was, I think I did the math, and it was like 10-hour experience, which was absolutely stunning, and I loved it end to end with two exceptions, which if you watch my streams, you will find. Just absolutely brilliant. And I wanted to donate to them to say thank you for what you did, but they don't even have a website where you can do that. Portal 2 is too old for microtransactions, and Portal Revolution, they just released for free. Just completely for free. They don't even accept donations that I can find. It's amazing. So yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I have no problems with the concept of microtransactions in games. So I consider microtransactions in games to be something like, please don't let me think that I'm picking on James Sinclair for this, but like artisanal Sudoku, where you get 3 puzzles a week for free, and if you pay a couple of bucks a month, or you get an extra 2 puzzles. So you get 5 puzzles a week if you pay a couple of bucks. It's, here is something, and if you want a little bit more, pay some money. Pay your developer. Support the developers. I have no problem with supporting creatives. None whatsoever. I have a problem with predatory microtransactions. If you've got a microtransaction which is, in order to succeed in the game, you have to pay money. Like, in a free game, I just probably won't play it. Maybe. I don't know. It depends. I'm looking at Path of Exile 2 in the future, maybe. But in a game, this has been way longer than I wanted to go on. If you are talking about, a microtransaction where it's like, oh, pay $1 to be able to do a thing now rather than in an hour, I'm not interested. I just hate that sort of thing. Whereas these games don't have that at all. Anyway, let's look at the puzzle. I will probably talk more about games again soon. Didn't mean to scare everyone off, but I will be starting Diablo 3 in about 3 and a bit hours. Season 30 starts, and I'm looking forward to it. So, February 13th, 2023, Coughing by Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Killer. Digits in cages cannot repeat and must sum to the total given. Quadruples. Digits in corner circles must appear in the surrounding 4 cells in some order. I've done a puzzle like this. So, so killer cages are the same, but these circles, the digits in the circle must appear somewhere in the 4 cells surrounding the circle. So there must be a 6 in those 4 cells. There must be an 8 in those 4 cells. There must be a 2 in those 4 cells. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a... Before I do that, hi Nicholas, hi John. I'm so glad you made it, Ratfinks. Let's give this a shot. So, we know there must be a 6 in these 4, but a 24 cage must be 7, 8, 9 for reasons I've already explained, so this must be the 6. 6 in a 21 cage means those have to sum to 15, and they have to sum to 15 without using a 6, so those are 7 and 8. There must be a 7 in here, so there's your 7, there's your 8. 20 without 7 and 8. There's probably someone who's better at math can probably do that very quickly. The largest digits I've got available are 9, 6, and 5. 9, 6, and 5 are 9 plus 11. Those are 5, 6, and 9. Great. Got that. 7 cage must be 1, 2, 4 for reasons I've already got into, but I have to put a 3 in those, so that's the 3. This is the 1, 2, 4. 3 in an 8 cage means those need to sum to 5 without using a 3, so they are 1 and 4, because the other option was 2 and 3, but I'd be repeating a digit. The 4 must go here, so this becomes the 1. There's no 1 here. There's no 4 there, so that's the 4. I could do the same there. There's no 7 there. That's the 7. The 8, 9 looks down, taking the 9 out of there. Now this 10 cage again, I can't use a 1 or a 4, so 2, 3, 5 are the smallest digits I could use, so that must be 2, 3, 5. Now the smallest digits I can use, actually, the smallest digits I could use in this cage now, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are gone, are 6 and 7. 6 and 7 is 13. No, I've got leeway. Now I know 4 is down here. I know 7 is in here. A 23 cage. A 23 cage. Now, again, 7, 8, 9 is the maximum I could put in, which is 24. I need to reduce one of those digits by 1. This is 6, 8, 9. This becomes the 7, because if I reduce the 8 or the 9, I end up with a duplication. This is a 22 cage with a 7 in it, so these have to sum to 15 without using a 7. Those are the 6, 9. Right. The 6 must go here by quadruple, so this is the 9. That takes 6 out of there. This becomes the 6. Right. This isn't the 2. The 2 is down here. The 2 must go up here by Sudoku, so that is a 2. 19 without 6 or 9. The largest digits I've got left are actually 8, 7, and 5. So 8, 7, 5 is 20. I need to reduce one of those digits by 1. The only one I can reduce is the 5 down to a 4. And I can possibly do, yeah, I've got the same here. So this is the 4 because the 6 must be 1, 2, 3. I could have started in box 1. That's just not what I saw. Now, I don't have potentially the same thing here, although I do, because I must put a 1 in here. This is a 4. If I put a 1 in here, I'd have 5, and to complete it, I'd need another 4. So this has to be the 1. There's no 1 in here. That means this isn't the 4. These must sum to 5 without using a 4, so they are 2, 3. How am I actually? I'm broken. No, I'm not. This 3 resolves it. I have to put the 3 in here. This is the 3. This is the 2. This is the 2. This is the 3. This was teaching you the trick that I used elsewhere. So the minimum digits I can put into that are 1. I'm just putting in the minimums. 1, 4, and 5. 1, 4, and 5 is 10. I need to increase one of those digits by 1. The only one I can increase is the 5 to a 6. So this is 1, 4, 6. These ones are going to bug me because I'm terrible at these large cage. Yeah. Um, I'm avoiding these cages like the plague. People who can do the math on those in their head don't realize for people who can't just do the simple, oh, without a 1 or 4, a 6, a 3, and a 2, or with only being able to use like 2 digits that aren't from there and everything, this is forced to be this and this is forced to. If you can't do that in your head, like just see it, people hate these cages. They just absolutely loathe them, and you're never going to speed solve them. Like, it just doesn't work. So the minimum I can put in here is 5 and 7. 5 and 7 is 12. And that means if this is a 5, 7, then this would have to be another 5. That doesn't work. But if I increase this to an 8 and make this 5, 8, then that's 13. Hang on. No, 5, 7 is 12. Wait. See, this is the thing. 5, 7 is 12. So this would need to be a 7. That doesn't work. 5, 8 is 13. And that would need to be a 6. That works fine. So 5, 8 works fine. 5, 9... Yeah, cheating with the killer calculator is fine, but I don't like to do that. See, this cage is telling me nothing. And I feel it's the same with all of these. They just have no information in them. So I'm going to look elsewhere. And if it is, oh, you're supposed to be able to just see the way this works in like 20 seconds. No. Yeah, I was the same, Rockrat. I had my spreadsheet that I had open. Okay. So I can see 1 is in one of those. So this is a quadruple. What is this quadruple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, oh, that's an 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 5. There's no 2 or 3 there. That's a 1 or a 5. So 1, 4, 5, 7. So this is a 5 or a 7. That's 1, 4, or 5. So there's no 1 in either of those. So this is 2, 3, 5, giving me a 2, 3, 5 triple. There's no 5 there. So this is a 1, 4, 7 triple. That's a 5. Now I know that there's no 5 in any of these. This is a 5, so these have to sum to 7, and it can't be 2, 5. So this is 3, 4. This is 2. This is 1. The 2, 3 means that's the 5. And I just did that wrong. I just did that wrong. Quad in 9 in row 3, 4. Right, that's important. I did it in all the others. I didn't do it there for some reason. Although it's a thing. I don't know that it actually gave me much. Means 8 is in one of those two. Yeah, I saw that. That's why I rolled it back. If the expectation is you can just do the math in here at speed, I'm not sure that's something. Okay, there's no 2 here. So the 2 is in here, so it's not here. This is a 1-4 pair. Because the 1 and 4 are looking over and the 1 and 4 are looking down. So this is 3-5, giving me a 3-5 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7, 8, 9. There's a 9 looking down there. Is there more stuff like that going? Quad in row 7 needs a 2. That's 2, that's 1. But again, how... So 2 is in one of those two. And the 8 is there. That's the 8, that's the 9. There's no 9 there. 2-3 pair in box 6. You are correct. This is a 2-3 pair. So these are 1, 2, 3, 1 and 4. Now by X-Wing, that means there's a 4 in one of those, but it's not there. Could that be a 4? These would have to sum to 8, but I could use 5, 3. Don't see why not. 1, 4. 9 limited in row 7. 9 limited in row 7. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. That gives me a 5, 6, 9 triple. That can't be the 9. The 9 is in one of those two. But that could be a 9. I mean, that would make it 9, 8, 1, but that could be a 9. Hang on, I can't put a 5 in those. That is a 6, 9 pair. That's the 5. So there's no 5 there. That's the 5, which means that's the 5, which means that's the 7, that's the 4, that's the 1, that's the 4. There's no 4 there. That's a 7, 8. The 1 makes that the 5, which takes 5 out of all of those. Now, these do have to sum to 7. But if this is a 2, this would be another 5. So this is 3 and 4, which means there's no 4 there. This is 1 and 2. This is 5 and 3. This is 5. 5 comes out of those. Right, 9 in box 9 is here. Yep. So these are 6, 7, and 8. There's no 7, 8 there. That's the 6. This is a 7, 8 looking up. So this is a 7, 8 looking up. There's a 5 right there by Sudoku. So these have to sum to 13. So they are 6 and 7. So this is the 9. This is the 8. This is the 7. This is the 8. Four in row 6, you are correct, is now there. If I'm missing things, it's because I'm looking at the puzzle, not at chat. And please don't feel offended if I'm missing you. This is the 1, so this is a 7, 8. But these have to sum to 13. So these have to sum to 9. Now, I can't do 8, 1, so it's 7, 2, 3, 8, 7. 1, 2, 6, and 9. There's no 9 there. This is known. 1, 2, 3. These are 1, 2, and 4. So that's the 4, that's the 1, that's the 2. There's no 4 there, so that's the 4. This is the 6, this is the 1. So let's look at this triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. There's no 5 there. This is the 5. That's the 9. That's the 6. The top row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which I can resolve. 8 and 7. 5 and 8 is 13. So to get to 19, I need another 6, 2, 9, 6. 1, 2, 3, 8 and 9. There's no 3 there. There's no 8 there. That's the 9. I get a 3, 8. So 3 and 8. So 2 and 3. 12:53. I'll be honest with you. 12:53. What was the time they expected for that? 8 minutes. Hey, Riff. I'll be honest with you. If that had been submitted to me as just a normal puzzle, coffee break puzzle for my channel, I think that would have been a perfectly acceptable puzzle. As a gas, I suppose not all of them have to be. I mean, the logic wasn't too hard. It was just not fast. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think the gas puzzles would be a lot more approachable if they didn't provide times. I really, really do. Because as a learner, the worst thing that you can have is a time limit. Now, I know that they don't give a limit, and you get dinosaurs if you don't get the time and everything. But there's a lot of social pressure over on the Discord to get good times. I've seen comments, like since I started doing the videos and I actually am paying attention to that channel, I've seen videos where someone turned around and said, this one took me 35 minutes, and people responding saying, why are you so slow? At which point I would never go back. Like, I wouldn't even look at the puzzles again. Just terrible. Yeah, it's and if they hadn't provided times, it's like, I mean, I restart the clock to restart my time because everyone expects me to. I hate it. When I played Portal Revolution, we got to the final bit and the final puzzles came with a timer, and my enjoyment level went from literally 9.5 out of 10 to about a 6. The puzzle was fine, but having to do it in the 3 minutes that they gave me, and then, okay, I failed, I've got to restart it, do that puzzle again. There were only short puzzles. It was fine. But the minute there was a timer, my enjoyment level went all the way through the floor. I stopped enjoying the puzzles. And it's kind of the same with this. As a puzzle on my channel, which coffee break puzzle, do this, with a coffee and have fun with it. Great. But the timer just, ugh. Anyway, XY difference pairs by Clover. Yeah. I actually linked a video in Skunkworks over in my own corner. There's a channel called BremSter's Corner recently, which was about a video game guy whose wife has never played video games. So he got her to play a couple of games, or got her to play a few different games, and was just watching her, not helping her at all, and looking at the assumptions that she didn't have. So things as she got information from the game, the way that she was taking that information, things like in Mario, when she first encountered a mushroom, she did something to cause the mushroom to go left off screen. So she immediately assumed that all mushrooms went left. And so when she triggered a mushroom, she would run left, and then the mushroom went right. And she was like, but hang on a minute, why has the rules changed? And it got her very, very frustrated. And it was the very next day that I posted a video to my channel where it was a fog puzzle and fog wasn't mentioned in the rules. And I actually called out. It's like fog, and it was before I recorded it, well before I saw the video, but I called out. It's like, I'm not a fan of rules not being mentioned in a puzzle, even fog rules. And a commenter basically came out and said, but everyone knows this. No. Not everyone knows this. People come to my channel all the time, and if you've never seen it before, how would you know? You would look at the grid and say, there's nothing here. What do I do? Yeah. Anyway, looking at XY difference pairs. Normal Sudoku rules apply. If there's a diamond between two horizontally adjacent cells, their difference is the same as the leftmost digit in that row. If there's a diamond between two vertically adjacent cells, their difference is the same as the topmost digit in that column. I think I get it. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. These digits have a difference of 8. So the only way you can have a difference of 8, I'm sure... Hang on. No, that doesn't work. Their difference is the same as the leftmost digit in the row. So that's a 0? No, wait. Oh, leftmost digit in that row. No, I didn't understand the rules. No, hang on. I don't understand the rules at all. If there's a diamond between two horizontally adjacent cells, their difference is the same as the leftmost digit in that row. So these have a difference of whatever's ever there. If there's a diamond between two vertically adjacent cells, then their difference is the same as the topmost digit in that column. So for example, these have a difference of whatever that is. Right, okay. So these have a difference of 7, and they can't be 1, 7, so they're 2, 8. No, wait, difference of 7 is 1, 8 or 2, 9, and they're not 1, 8. So this is 2, 9. Now these have a difference of 8. So this is 9 and 1 and 2. These have a difference of 1, so this is 3 or 5, so it's 5. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So this is a difference of 3, 4, or 5. So a difference of 3 from 8 would be 5. A difference of 4 from 8 would be 4, so that doesn't work. This can't be 4. And a difference of 5 would be 3. So this is a 3-5 pair, and that's a 4. Now this is a difference. If this is a difference of 3, that's a 4. If it's a difference of 5, it's 2. But if this is a difference of 5, hang on, I could do it the other way. If this is a difference of 3, this would be 8, 5, and that would be correct. But if it's a difference of 5, this would be 8, 3, but that's not correct. So this is the 3, this is the 5, because I have to use both clues. This is the 5. The difference of 3 here is the 4. This is very clever, but wow. 4 different from 7 is 3. 5 different from 7 is 2. Now, 2 different from 7 is either 5 or 9. These have a 5 difference. So 1, 6 is possible in that order. I can't use 2, 7. 3, 8 is possible, but in that order. And 4, 9 in that order. Nine in column 1 is down here somewhere. So that means 9 is in one of those two. 9 is also in one of those two because 9 is up here. So these are 1, 6, 7, and 9. Four rule in row 4. Yeah, so this could be 1, 5 in that order. 2, 6 works in that order. Can't be 3, 7. Can't be 4, 8. Could be 5, 9 in that order. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 2, 6, or 8. So if it's 2, this would be 7. So this can't be 2. If it's 6, this would be 3. So this is 8. This is 1. Oh, so this is the 5, right. And 5 is different from 1 or 9. But this isn't a 1 anymore. I don't even remember what these options were. So if this isn't a 1, this can't be a 6. These are 4, 6, and 8. So if this is a 4, this is a 5. It's not a 4. If it's a 6, that's a 3. So this is an 8. This is a 1, which puts a 1 in one of those two. This is the 4. This is the 6. 5 different from 4 is 9. This is a triple, which is 1, 2, 6, 9. Can't have a 9 difference. Oh, can't have a 9 difference anywhere. So this has always been the 9. Right. Nines. So this is the 6, this is the 2. You can never have a 9 difference. So this can't be a 9 and this can't be a 9. That's the 9 and has been for a very long time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm sorry. So this is the 5. So 6 different from 2 means that's the 8. 2 different from 9 means that's a 7. 6 or 7 different means this is 7 or 8. So that's 7. So this is 6. So that is 7. I'm really sorry, everyone. The 4 difference from 5 is still not fully resolved. But 7 difference from this. If this is a 1, this would be an 8. If this is a 9, this would be a 2. So this is 8 and 1. I'm sorry, everyone. That took me so long to understand. 7 is in one of those two. Actually, let's look at this triple. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. There's no 9 there. There's no 7 there. That's the 3. So that's the 9. That's the 7. That's the 9. 2, 6, 8. There's no 8 there. There's no 8 there. That's the 8. So there's no 9 in any of those. That's the 9. So 4, 5, 6. There's no 5 there or there. That's the 5. I just feel like I'm letting everyone down when I'm being so completely blind. 4, 8, and 9. There's no 9 there or there. That's the 9. So this is the 4. This is the 8. One, 2, 5, and 6. There's no 6 or 2 there. That's the 5. So I've got a 2, 6 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 and 5 and 6 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3, 6. Triples time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4. There's no 4 there. There's no 1 there. There's no 3 or 4 there. That's the 1. That's the 3. That's the 4. That's the 1. That's the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 and 3 and 7. So 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8. So 6 and 8. 1 is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. There's no 4 in either of those. 4, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7. So 2, 7, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6, 2. 8 minutes 35 seconds. Took me way too long to understand the fundamental concepts of nines. Now, I missed out on the 2-hat time by 65 seconds. I'm okay with that considering. I really am. No, I'll stay on the icebreakers. Things like, wow. Yeah, interesting stuff. Actually, I'm going to hydrate rather than have more coffee. I said something to scare a lot of people off from the channel. At least according to YouTube, I did. Okay, so what's next? Diagonal outside. I've solved a few of these recently. Got to keep an eye on the time. I'm really looking forward to the new Diablo season because I'm not running for the ladder. I don't care if I start exactly on time or anything. All of the videos for the start of Diablo 3 Season 30 have been like, here's how you level in like 42 minutes and be able to like get there really quick. I'm going to go in. There's an event running called the Darkening of Tristram. I'm probably going to go do the Darkening of Tristram and I'm going to do as much of it as I can while exploring and stuff and actually, have fun seeing what's in the game rather than powering through it. I don't care if I don't appear on the ladder. I just want to have some fun. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Clues outside the grid give the digits that must appear in the first 3 cells in the direction of the arrow. So we know there must be 2 3s in those cells. There must be a 6 and a 7 in those 3 cells. I really like diagonal outside. I haven't seen many of them. Most of them I've got from Akash Dulani. I set a lot of outside puzzles. I tried setting a diagonal outside. I was terrible at it. It's a skill set I do not have, but at least setting a good one. I think I set good outside puzzles. I recently released one. I think it went live on my Patreon for free today. I did it as a 7-day preview for paid members. It's a Maggie and BremSter puzzle. And I think it's now free for everyone as of today. And I'm really proud of it. It's a really good puzzle. Let's have a look at this one. Restart the puzzle, restart timer, give this a shot. There are 2 1s in those 3 cells. So that is a 1 and there is a 1 in one of those 2. There are 2 2s in those 3. So there's a 2 and one of those is a 2. 3s, so 3 and 3s, 4 and 4s, 5, I'm just pencil marking. Normally I don't pencil mark with outside because I don't need it, but these diagonals are messing with my brain. 7 and 7, 8 and 8. Okay, so we know this is now an 8. So this is a 9, which means this is not the 8, this is the 8. Now this is a 6-7 pair, so we've got 6 and 7, which means 7 and not 7. These are 2 and 9, so I know the order. 2 and 9. 4 is in one of those 2. Don't want to mark the 7 yet. So 7 is in one of those 2. 8 is in one of those 2. I'm looking in the wrong place. So this is a 6-9 pair. So 6 and 9. So this is a 3-4 pair. So this is a 2-7 pair, which means 2 is in one of those. 3 is in one of those, except this is the 3, this is the 2, because this is the 9 and this is the 4. This is now 5 and 9. I'm going to get to Sudoku at some point soon, and that's where I'm going to slow right down. Like, right down. That's not the 3. This is the 3. These are now 2 and 9, so that's not the 7. That's the 7. That's the 8. That's the 9. That's the 2. So that's not the 2. That's the 2. Which means that's the 7 and that's the 2. That's not the 6. That's the 6. That's not the 4. That's the 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. These are 1, 3, 4. There's no 3 there. There's no 1 there. This is the 3. This is a 1, 4 pair. These are 1, 5, 6. There's no 5 there. There's no 6 there. These are 1, 2, 5. There's no 2 there. There's no 2 there. That's the 2. So that's not the 5. That's the 5. So this is 1, 4 or 5. Is there a clue I've missed? 4, 4, 5, 9, 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6, 2, 7, 6, 9, 3, 4. There's so many clues, it's very easy to not know. I think I've done all the clues now and it's just down to Sudoku. Okay, right. 1, 4, thank you. So the 1 looks up saying that's not the 1. So the 1 looks across making that the 4 and that the 1. There's no 4 there. So these are 1, no, 1 was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 8, which are fully resolved. 1 and 8. So 1, 2, 3 and 9, which I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, which are resolved. 7 and 8. So in this column, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, and 6. In this column, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is the 6. This is the 1. This is the 5. There's no 1 in those. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which are resolved. So this is the 1. Oh, that's not the 4. That's the 4. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 3. This is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's no 6 or 7 there. That's the 9. The 6 and the 7 I'm not seeing, but that makes that the 3 and that the 9. 1, 5, 6. That gives me a 1, 5, 6 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 4. 1, 5, 8, I think. So that's the 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So 6, 9. So 7, 6. 2 and 4 go into those. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 5, 1, 8, 5, 3, 7. 6 minutes 18. Which is 2 minutes and 12 seconds under the 2 hat time. I feel like my ability to do the diagonal outside was incredibly strong, and my Sudoku at the end was the reverse. Now, whether you want to reverse the incredibly or the strong, that's up to you. But I think my ability to do the diagonal outside was good. I think that bit was fine. Yeah, the diagonal outside at the beginning, I felt like I was just writing in digits. Law and Order 66. Oh, my wife is so addicted to Law and Order. I think in the last 6 months, she's watched 30 seasons of Law and Order. Like she sits down on the sofa with some cross stitch or some other hobby or whatever, and she'll put on Law and Order and she will just veg out. And sometimes I'll go in there and I'll sit and I'll watch a couple of episodes with her just to turn my brain off. But she has watched 30 seasons. I'm talking probably, what's 30 times 20? What, 600 or something? Episodes of Law and Order in the last 6 months. It's just insane. Whatever. Different types. It's just, oh my lord. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Grey regions of the same shape are clones and must contain the same digits in the same relative positions. She's been watching a lot of SVU. I must admit that I think I've seen her watch maybe a day of other stuff, but I think she's gone through all of SVU in 6 months. Okay, restarting the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give it her. It's her Hamilton. I don't watch as much Hamilton as she watches Law and Order, but there's only 2.5 hours of Hamilton. So these we know aren't 1, 2, 3, or 4. So they are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 is in one of those two. So 8 is in one of those two. 9 is in one of those two. So 9 is in one of those two, but it's not there. So that's the 9. So that's the 9. No, taking 9 out, not putting 8 in. So these are 5, 6, and 7. So these are 5, 6, and 7. That's not a 6. So that's not a 6. Am I solving this the most efficient way? No. I'm absolutely not. That's not the 8, so that's not the 8, that's the 8. This is 5, 6, or 7, so this is 6 or 7, and I can take the 5 out of there. Okay, so these are 1, 2, 3. So this is 3, and this is 3, and I can take the 3s out of those because of the 1, 2 looking at that cell. Okay, some progress. This is the 1, this is the 2. Now, what do I know about these cells? Not as much as I would like. Now, I can tell there's a 1 up here, but I can't put a 1 there. So, no, not putting a 2 in. I'm just making that a 1. Now, do I have more? 2 is in one of those, but I can't put 2 up there. So that's not the 2. This is the 2, which means 2 is down here. But I could put 2 there, I think. Oh, right. 8 had... That is an 8. Yes, it is. So 8 isn't in there or there. Can I put 8 in either of those? Well, 8 is in one of those. But that's not looking like a... Well, oh, 8 is in one of those. Yes, 8, right. Bottom right square. This isn't bottom right. 8 is in one of those two, which means 8 is in one of those two, but 8 can't be there. So those aren't the 8. This is the 8. This is the 8. This is not the 8. Is there a mirror of that? Not obviously. Maybe. Maybe. I feel devastated. So there's an 8 in one of those two. But I think... No, that can't be the 8. So that's not the 8. That's the 8. This puts 8 in one of those two. An 8 in one of those two. Okay, 9 is in one of these. So 9 is in one of these. It can't be there because 9 is in one of these two. That's the reflection. And 9 can't be there. So this is the 9. This is the 9. That's not the 9. Ha ha! Progress. We have achieved progress. Do I want to look at these quads? I kind of don't. These cells are a bit restricted. They can be 1, they can't be 2, 3, 4. They can be 1, they can be 5. They can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And they can't be 1. Those are both 5. What about these cells? They can be 1. There can't be 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they can't be 1. They could be 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are just 6. These cells, they can't be 1, 2, 3. They can be 4. They can be 5. Can't be 6. Four. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are just, oh, right. They're just 5 by Sudoku because this is a 4, 7 pair. So this is a triple, which is 1, 3, 6. There's no 3 here. So this is the 6. This is the 6. I can take the 6 out of there. Three is in one of those two. Can 3 be there? Maybe. All I know is my gut tells me I'm not scanning correctly. That's not the 5, that's the 5, that's the 7, that's the 6. So that's the 5, that's the 7, that's the 6. See, I told you I'm not scanning correctly. These are 1, 3, and 7. There's no 1 or 3 there, so that's the 7. This is a 1 or a 3. So this is a 7, this is a 1 or a 3. 6 in box 3. Yeah, that's a good scan. 7 is in one of those two. This is a quadruple. I like quadruples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Well, there's no 4 or 9 there. This is a 2 or a 3. So this is a 2 or a 3, and it's not a 2. Not a 3. So they're both 2s, and I can take 2 out of there. This is a 3, 4, 9. So this is a 2. Which means this is a 2. 7, 2. So 1, 2. This is a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 7 go into those. So 4 and 7. My hands are starting to shake. 1, 4, and 9, which is another reason why I don't go for ladders and stuff in video games. No, I was taking 9 out and putting it in there. The 1, 3 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 1. The 4 looks up, making that the 7 and that the 4. This is a pair. That's not the 2. That's the 2. Not what? Have I made a boo-boo? No, I just didn't take 2 out of those. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just didn't take 2 out. That was my own silly fault. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. There's a 7, 8 here, so that's the 4. So that's the 7, 8, and I know the order, 8 and 7. This is a pair now, 1 and 3. So this is a 1, 3, so it's 1. 1, 3, 3, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 makes this 1 and 3. So I know what these are. 1, 4, 8. So the 4 and the 8 makes this the 1. The 4 makes this the 8, and this the 4. There's no 3, 4, 9. That was resolved ages ago. I just didn't do it. 4 and 3. And this box I need to put up here. It's 1, 2, and 4, which I can resolve. 2 and 4. This is now the 7, and therefore that's the 9. 7 minutes 53. I don't think I did quite as well on that one. 5:55 was the expected time. Considering that scanning jumping, yeah, I'm just not as good at the scanning jumping as I probably should be. I think I understood what I needed to do up here pretty well, and then I just failed at my scanning. That happens. I mean, Ratfink's calling me a big square, of course, doesn't help. Okay, next. Odd, even, big, small. Fill the grid with digits 1 to 8. So this isn't normal Sudoku rules. So it'll be the digits 1 to 8 in each row, in each column, and in each marked 2x4 region. The 2x4 regions are in different orientations. Letter clues outside the grid tell you about the first two digits closest to the clue in their row or column as follows. O means that they're odd, E means that they're even, S means they're small, and B means they're big. Odd being 1, 3, 5, 7, even meaning 2, 4, 6, 8, small being 1, 2, 3, 4, and big meaning 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm expecting a bit bare. I'm a bit bare. Maybe I'm not wearing pants. I expect this is going to be another slow time as I explore. This is the sort of puzzle I like to explore rather than rush through, but we'll see how we go. Restarting the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So we know this is 1, 5, or 7, but these have to be small. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're not 3. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, but this has to be odd. So this is the 1. This now has to be odd, so it's from 5 or 7. These aren't 1. I've got a 5, 7 pair in the box now, which is kind of cool. Now these are from 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not helping me much. I probably want to go down here because this is from 4, 6, 8. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're not 2. This has to be even, so it's the 4. This is now from 6 or 8. This isn't the 4, this isn't the 4. I've got a 6, 8 pair. Now that's an interesting start, but I'm not sure what I'm doing with it. Now these are from 2, 3, 4, and they must contain a 3. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can't contain a 3. These are the large digits, so these are 5, 7, and 8, and these must contain a 6. And that's because these all being small means these have to be high, but I've got a... Now this is a 5, 7, 8, so the 8 is in here. So this is from 5, 6, 7. Now, right, this is odd. So 2, 3, 4 means this is the 3. This is not the 3. This is not the 8. This is the 8. Which means this is the 6. This is the 8. Now I've got a 5, 7 pair. Now, can I do something similar here? Because these are from 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no 4 or 8 there. This is a 2 or a 6. Now these... So these are from 1, 5, 7 without that being a 1. So I've now got a 5, 7 pair. So I know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 go into there. So that's an 8. That's a 6. So this is a 2, 4 pair, which means 2 and 4 come out of there. This is 6. This is 8. There's no 6 or 8 there. This is 5 or 7. These are 1, 3, and 7. So this is a 2 because it's the only even digit that's not seen, and this is a 4. So I know these are both odd. These are from 1, 3, 5, 7. There's no 3 there. There's no 1 there. Now, these are low, but I mean, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 3. 3 already... Oh, right. So once I take the 3 out of there, this is 1, this is 7, this is 3. There's no 1 there. There's no 3 there. This is a 5, 7 pair. Okay. That 7 means that's the 5. I take 5 out of there. This is the 6. This is the 7. There's no 1 there. So that's the 1. This is the 2. This is the 4. That was a really important one. Thank you. No 5 there. This is the 7. This is the 5. This is the 7. This is the 1. That's an incredibly important deduction. And if you miss that one scan, this entire puzzle turns into an absolute debacle. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, and 8. I keep scanning and wanting to put in nines. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those are 1 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 8. Yeah, I'm trying. These are big, so they're not right. So these are 5, 8, 3, 2. These are 1 and 3, and I know the order 1 and 3. So this is 1. There's no 3 here. This triple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, 7, which is what I'd hoped for. So this is the 3, this is the 5, this is the 3. 5, 7 means this is 4, this is 2. That means this is 6, this is 4. The 1 means this is 7, this is 1. The scanning on this is absolutely insane. I really like this puzzle. Again, I think rushing through this would have absolutely frustrated the heck out of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. So 8, 5, 7, 5, no 5, no 7. So these are 6 and 8, and I know the order. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and I know the order, which means these are 8 and 2, and these are 1 and 7. That was absolutely stunning. Why don't we do set puzzles using this sort of constraint anymore? Like, really? They are so clean and they are so elegant and they are playing with the fundamental concepts of Sudoku. So I did it in 6 minutes 15, which means I was 15 seconds outside the 2 hat time. But I also am happy that I didn't feel that I rushed through. Why don't we set with these things anymore? Because some of this logic is so stunning, but I keep seeing, and the submissions I get are just the same. And the puzzles I set, I'm still exploring killer. Like and I fully admit that. Like I'm mostly setting killer puzzles. Um, yeah, maybe I need to change up what I'm doing. Oh no. The next one is called Prime Sudoku. Digits connected by black dots must sum to a prime number. Great. Now, I know there's only a small number of prime numbers in between 1 and 17, but I'm terrible at this. And if it's all about doing exclusions and stuff and whatever. Okay. I have no idea what this could possibly be. So these are 2, 4, 6, and 8. There's no, right, this is a 2. Great. So I can take 2 out of those. That's just Sudoku. There's a 6 here, so I can take a 6 out of here. 3, 4, I think that just works. But 5 and 4 doesn't, because that would be 9, which isn't prime. So I can take 8 out of those. 7 and 4 would work. 7 and 6 would work. 9 and 4 would work. 9 and 6 would be 15, which doesn't. So that's 4, that's 6. Great. So these are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. There's no 1 or 5 there. There's no 3 there. I'm just doing Sudoku. No 3, 5, or 9. So that's where I'm probably going to start. No 7 or 9, and there's no 1 or 9. So 2, 3 is fine, 2, 5 is fine, 2, 7 isn't. 4 and 1 is fine, 4 and 7, 4 and 1, 4 and 3 is fine, 4 and 5 isn't. 6 and 1 is fine, 6 and 9 isn't. 8 and 1 isn't. 8 and 7 isn't fine, so that's a 5, which means that's the 3, that's the 1, that's the 7, and that's the 9. Again, they had to actually do a mathematical treatise about one. They basically had to make a decision about whether 1 is prime or not. And they came to a sort of a consensus rather than a proof, is my understanding, which I find absolutely silly. These are 2, 4, 6, and 8. There's no 2 in any of those. There's no 8 in any of those. There's no 6 there. There's no 4 there. So 1 and 8 would be, that doesn't work. So 6 comes out of those. That has to be 1 and 6. This is a 2, 4 pair. So this is the 8. And the 4 makes that the 2 and that the 4. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is the 7. This is the 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 7 or 9 there. There's no 9 there. There's no 7 or 8 there. So the 2, 9 means that that's the 8. That's the 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 2 and 4. 5 and 4 doesn't work. So that's the 2, that's the 4. 1, 2, 3. 6 and 3 doesn't work. So that's the 1, that's the 3. 4 and 2 doesn't work. So that's the 9, that's the 2. So far, this has actually been pretty gentle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 1, this is the 4. I kind of want to look at this. 1, 3, 7, 9. There's no 9 there, so this is 1, 3, 7. There's no 7 or 1 there. This is 3, 9. I can take 3 out of there. 2 and 1, 2 and 7. 2 and 7 doesn't work. It sums to 9. 1, 7. Okay, so 1. So 2, 3, 4. No, I'm doing this badly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 and 8 go in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 5 go in there. 9, 2, 9, 5. 9, 5 would be 14. That doesn't work. That's the 2, that's the 5. And now I'm down to Sudoku, assuming I haven't messed up my math. Have I messed up my math? Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. There's no 3 up there, so that's the 3, so that's the 8, and that's the 3. The 5, 9, I don't know. That's the 2. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 1, 1. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not 4. 7, 8, 9. So that's the 8. I can take 8 out of those. This is 7, 9. 2 in box 7. Yeah, I've done. Cool. Streaming a little behind, or I'm a little ahead. Pick one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's no 4 there. There's no 8 there. There's no 5 in either of those. Right, that's 6. That's 4. That's 5. That's 8. The 4 and 6 means that's the 7, and I can take 7 out of those. This becomes 4, 6. The 7 means that's the 9, that's the 7. These are pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 and 6. 5 makes that 9, 5, 3, 9, 6, 3. 4 and 7. So 4, 7, 6, 4, 6, 8. 6 minutes, 12 seconds, which for a puzzle involving primes is pretty good for me. That's actually over a minute under the 2 hat time. Cool. Now, I do get the feeling, and I am picking on him, but I think Philip would appreciate it. If this was a Philip puzzle, I would be barely starting. Hey, Tom. Yeah, I think I would be barely starting if this was a, um, a Philip puzzle. That was a lot of fun. Okay, the next one is called Good Title. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along thermometers must strictly increase from the bulb to the tip. Digits in orthogonally adjacent cells cannot be consecutive, have a difference of 1. The non-consecutive rule applies to the whole grid, not just the thermos. So if this is a 1, this would have to go up by at least 2, so to 3. This would have to go up by at least 2 to 5. So this has to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. There is no other way of doing a 5-cell long thermo. So maximum here is 8. So this has to go down to 6. So this has to go down to... actually, is that true? No. Maximum is 8. So maximum is 6. So maximum is 4. So maximum is 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maximum here is 8. So maximum here is 6. So maximum here is 4. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8. And this is 1, 3, 5, 7. No, that's not true at all. Ugh! This is 3. So this is 1. This is 6. No, wait. This is 5. This is 2. And this is still 7 or 8. I think... So maximum 8, maximum 6, maximum 4, maximum 2. So this is 2. This is 4 because it sees a 3. This is 6 because it sees a 5. And this can't be a 7. So this is the 8. This is maximum 8. So this is maximum 6. This is maximum 4. This is maximum 2. So this is 2. This is 4. So this is 6. And this is 8. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. But I can't put a 7 this far down the thermo because I can't go 7, 8, 9. So this is the 4, this is the 7, this is the 9. This now has to be at least 6 and this has to be at least 8. So 6 or 7, 8 or 9. So this is 8 and 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 5 and 8. There's no 8 there. This can't be higher than the 4, so that's the 2. This can't be higher than the 7, so that goes in that order. This has to be 1, 2 or 3, and it's not the 1 or the 2. There's the thermos kind of done. That's now the 7, and now the thermos are kind of done. Assuming I haven't foobed it. I could have foobed it. It is very, very possible I have foobed this. So these are 1, 2, 3, 1 and 9, and I know the order, 1 and 9, which means this is the 1. I could easily have foobed this puzzle. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 6, and 8. There's the 6, 8 there, so that's the 4. This is the 6, this is the 8. There is a 1 in one of those two. There's a 2 in one of those two. 3 is down here. This is 135 without there being a 1 here. Okay, so these are 1, 2, and 9. So 2 and 9. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And these are 4, 6, and 8 without that being a 4. Yeah, and then I was going to look down here for the same triple concept. 1, 2, 4, 6. So this is the 6, this is the 2, 4. So 4 and 2. The 4 looks up, making that not 4. The 6, 8, 6, 4. Now, this 1 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. 7, 9. I'm not sure on that one. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 9. So 7, 9. So now this is a 5, 7 pair. So this is the 1 and the 8. These are 1, 2, 3. So 3 and 1. 2, 4, 6. So 2, 4, 6. No 5 there. This is 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 5. So 5, 3, 5, 2, 4 and 7. So 4 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So 8 and 6. What am I missing? 3 and 5. So 5, 3, 7, 5, 9, 7. 5 minutes 50. Which was 52 seconds under the 2 hat time. Understanding the nature of non-consecutive thermos. I think one of the first puzzles I ever set, and I may not have ever released it, like this was over 2 years ago, was a non-consecutive thermo puzzle, where digits could not be consecutive along the thermos. And I didn't think it was very good, so I never released it. But I did play with the idea. So, hey, Oliver. I hope you enjoyed Blueberry Crop Fog Sudoku. It was a fun puzzle. Someone spoke to me once about setting a negative constraint psycho killer puzzle and had some interesting logic they found around it. But actually proving that a puzzle could work with it was just way, way, way outside the scope of anything that we wanted to contemplate. So never even, like, there were some beautiful concepts around sort of digits in certain cages couldn't meet psycho killer logic. It was really cool, but oh my lord. I, Come back and watch later, Tom, or not. Go check out Tom's stuff. Tom's does really fun stuff. I don't get to watch it as often as I would like, even though we're in the same time zone, because he tends to stream when I'm at work. But it's really good. And we should catch up, Tom. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that as well, Riff. I love being able to start with a negative constraint, like that one did. Like, I never even used the non-consecutive on the rest of the grid. I probably would have been faster if I used the non-consecutive on the rest of the grid, but it never even occurred to me. Even though there was the note, the non-consecutive applies to the whole grid, I didn't bother. Position Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Clues tell you the relative position of... Why have I gone into obsequious voice? Clues tell you the relative position of the largest digit of the 3 digits nearest that clue in the row or column. The position is counted inwards from the direction of the clue. Inwards? What? Okay, the for instance is going to matter here. If 3 appears to the left of a row, so if there was a 3 here to the left of this, then the first 3 digits in that row could be 5, 4, 9, since the 9 is the largest digit in the third position. So what they're saying is, right, so the 3 here means that this is the third position. The 2 means that's the second position. The 1 means that's the first position. The 2 means that's the second. So it's counting bottom up, top down, right, left, left, right. Yep, got it. Inwards towards the grid. Great. Right. So it's counting towards the center of the grid. It's counting in that direction. Great, got it. So the relative position of the largest digit. Great. 90s game show. Solve Sudoku, win a prize. You're not going to win a prize. Like the asterisk, you are not going to win a prize by solving a Sudoku. At least not here. I don't know if CTC used to give out prizes. I mean, I've given out prizes for my packs before. Like I've given out free puzzle books. I've given out copies of World of Sudoku and Enthralling Sudoku and stuff like that. So, you know, I occasionally give out prizes. I donated to charity recently, as did Rockrat Zero, for people submitting solution codes. It was weird. When I did, I'll give you a free PDF of Sudoku, people submitted. When I said we will donate to charity, people really didn't. Yeah, people don't like charities. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. After this, I've got going to plug again. So 1 is actually, I'm going to focus on this. 2 is the largest digit. So this has to be 7 or 9 because it has to be larger than the 6. 5 is the largest digit because this is the 5. So these have to be from 1, 2, and 4. This is 8 or 9 because it has to be larger than the 6. This is the largest digit, so those are not 8 or 9. This is a 9. That's just a 9. So that's a 7. 1 is the largest digit. So it's higher than 4. And it's not 6, 7, 8, or 9. So that's a 5. This is now lower than 5. That's an important thing to remember as well. Lower than. So this is lower than 5. So it's not 6 or 7. So it's 1 or 3. Yeah, not grokking yet. 8 is in one of those two. This is the highest, but I'm not sure I've got enough information here. The 9 is not there. Right. The 9 is not there, but the 9 also isn't there because this is the highest digit here. So the 9 is in one of those 3. That's kind of cool. 8 is in one of those 3, but I'm not grokking the logic here. You're welcome, Carl. I mean, I started to get people repeating winning books because I didn't get that many people submitting. I should do it again, but I haven't been releasing packs as much as I would like. 3 is in one of those 2. But this could this be 3? Well, this could be 1, 2. This could be 1, 2, 3, couldn't it? I don't see why it couldn't. Okay, so I'm not grokking this puzzle yet. I can see 3 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. I am not grokking this puzzle yet. This is the highest digit. So that's a 9. That makes that a 7. And there's a 6 in one of those 2 and it's not there. So that's the 6. And this is 1, 2, 4. Now, these are all lower than 7. 9 is not there or there. So this is the 9. This is the 8. And now this is kind of done. This is the largest digit in here. And it has to be lower than 7. So the maximum it could be is 5. And it can't be 2 because it's the largest digit. So this is 4 or 5. And this has to be lower. So this is 1, 2, or 4. And it's not 2. I think that's right. 5. Oh, there's a 5 in row 1. That's the 5. So this is now just 1 or 4. No, wait. No, wait. What? This is the 5. So this is the 4. This is the 1. This is now the 2. Wow. My Sudoku skills have left my brain. What brain? 2, 5, and 9. What brain? That's the 5. This is a 2, 9, which is resolved. So the 2 is done. The 1 is done. I'm actually, in this one, going to mark off complete clues. The 2 is done. The 3 is done by pencil marks. The 2 is done because I can't put a higher digit in. The 3 is done because I can't put a higher digit in. The 2 is done. The 1 is done because by pencil marks I can't put a higher digit in. Okay. Again, I'm not racing for time because I'm just not. I'm just not. So these, wrong mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this can't be a 3 now. So this is the 3. Which puts 3 over here. This is the 7. This is the 5, 6. So this has to be higher than... well, hang on. What are these? These are 1, 4, and 8. But 1, 4, not 7. 1, 4, and 8. But they have to be higher than... it has to be higher than 5 or 6. So that's the 8. And that now just can't be 9. So 9 is in one of those two. Two column 1 is known. 3. This is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, and 7. And there's no 6 there. It's the same logic as before. I just missed it. So these are all triples. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a bit disturbing. No 7, no 5, no 6, no 3. That's a little disturbing. Nine can't be there. So 9 is in one of those two, which puts 9 in here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not grokking this. 7 is in one of those two. If 7 is here, this is 8 or 9, which is fine because 8 is in one of those. 9 is down here, but it's not at the start of the row because so that's the 9, that's the 7. This now has to be higher, so that's the 8. The 7 and the 8 look up, making that the 9, that the 8, that the 7. Ha-ha! Progress! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4. There's a 3 and a 4 looking down. That's the 1, that's the 4, that's the 1, that's the 3. The 3 looks up, taking the 3 out of there. The 1, 2 makes that the 3. Progress! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no 3 in those, so that's the 3. The 2 and the 5 are resolved by the 5 already in the column. I made some progress. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. There's no 8 there, and there's no 9 there. That's the 6, and these are an 8, 9 pair. That's not the 3, that's the 3. These are 1, 5, and 7. So that's the 1. That's the 5, that's the 7. This is very cool. 2 and 4. This is now the 6 and the 5. This is the 4, so this is the 2, this is the 4. These are 1, 2, and 9. There's no 9 there. There's no 2 there. So this is 2, 8, or 9. So it's 2 or 8. This is higher than 3. All I know is this is higher than 3. So where am I putting the 1 in this row? That's the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 makes that the 4, that the 5, that the 6. This is a triple. 1, 2, 4, 5. That's the 2 because of the 4, 5 already. That's the 4, that's the 5. The 2 looks up making that the 1 and that the 2. This column just needs the 9. No, take the digits out, not put them in. This column needs a 1, so that's the 2, that's the 9, that's the 1. The 9 looks back making this the 8, this the 9, which makes this the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, and 8. 9 minutes 18. Not fast by any stretch of the imagination. So I missed the 2 hat time by 78 seconds. But that was a lot of fun. Yeah, go back to the 2022 and 2023 gas puzzles. Just look through, if you're a setter, look through some of the constraints and say, can we use some of these constraints in order to embellish our puzzles without having to go to these really like overcomplicated things? Because some of this stuff, it's not over complex, and there's beautiful logic here that has been around for like some of this stuff is a decade old. I opened some of the World Puzzle Federation packs from 2014, 2015, and there are some constraints in there that we still see occasionally, particularly out of India, but we don't see posted to Logic Masters Germany or anything like that anymore. And they are just beautiful, and we don't explore the logic that is there. And I know what places like Skunkworks and other places have come up with as they've deep dived into what can we find. I remember March of the Quads and the stuff we found out about quadruples and the stuff we're still discovering about common constraints, and thinking, what could we do if we went back to just some of these simple concepts and did a deep dive? I think we would find amazing things. And we're just not. And I've got an important message, and it's not that important. Okay. When my wife messages me on Discord, I pay attention. The next thing I need to do is hydrate. High Tea by Bill Murphy. Clues outside the grid give the sum of the digits between 1 and 9 in that row or column. I am absolutely going to be using my sandwich colouring for this. So, these are crusts. Between the 1 and the 9, we must have digits that sum to the values outside. So we know that these digits must sum to 6, and we know, I'm also going to do this. This is going to slow down my solve, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we know that all of these digits also these digits. I think that's everything. So we know 1 is in one of those two. We know 9 is in one of those two. We know all of these digits, actually these ones as well. This is are not part of the crusts of sandwiches. But we know these two digits have to be 2 and 4 because they have to sum to 6, and I can't use a 1. These sum to 11, lots of options there. These sum to 9, few options there. These sum to 5, so these are 2 and 3. So that's the 4 and that's the 2. Now 14, 9, 5, 8, 6. So these are 8 and 6. 14 here. This is 8 and 6. So there are things that you can do around potential maximums. So, for example, I can't have the 1 and the 9 in those two cells. And if I had it there and there, then what would this cell be? Because the 1 and the 9 sum to 10. If those sum to 35, then the total of all of the 25, then the total of all of that would be 35. But we know an entire row of a Sudoku is all of the digits from 1 to 9. If you add those together, they sum to 45. And if I subtracted 35 done that way or that way, from 45, the leftover digit would have to sum to 10. So these are my crusts, and this is 1 and this is 9. And I can probably do the same in this column. Yes, 9 and 1. Now, I could do that without colouring, but I'd enjoy it less. So I'm doing it with colouring and taking the time hit. Now, it means 1 is up here, 9 is down here. Of course, these should have been green from the start. Now. These sum to 9. So this is either 2, 7 or 3, 6. These sum to 11. I can't use 2 or 3. So it's not 8, 3. It could be 7, 4 or 5, 6. So there's an 8 in one of those. So that's a 6 and that's an 8. Means that there's an 8 up here. Now, there has to be a 1 in one of those two, because the minimum I can do 20 in is 3 digits. Because if I did it in 2, I'd have to use 8, 7, which is 15. That doesn't work. So there's a 1 in one of those two, but I don't think that's where I'm looking. And I can't, and similarly, there's a 9 in one of those two. I have to do 8 in 2 digits. You can't do 8 in 3 because I can't use a 1. So one of those two has to be a 9, and that 9 says it's not there. So that's the 9. That's my crust. These are all not crust. These are not crust. These now sum to 15 without using a 9, so they're 7, 8. These are not crust. So this isn't the 9, this is the 9, this is a 1. Wait, is that right? Seems to be. So these sum to 20. There's no crust in here. There's a 1 in one of those. These sum to 8. Well, there's no 8 in it then. That's the 8. If it's 2, 6, it's 2, 6. If it's 3, 5, it's 3, 5. So I get that. I'm out of practice with sandwich. Like 20. The maximum digits I've got are 6, 7, and 8. So 6, 7, and 8 are the maximum digits I've got. 7, that's 21. So I have to reduce one of those digits by 1. So this is 5, 7, 8. And the 7, 8 looks down, making that the 5. This is a 7, 8. The 8 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 8. So this is 5 or 6 by the column, but the 6, 8 pair means this is the 5, this is the 6, this is the 2. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 2 there. Okay, so 12 has to be done in 3. Yeah, I'm not sure about that yet. Oh, this is a 15. This is a 15 clue. This is 7, 8 and has been since the very beginning. So that's 7, that's 8. There's no 7 in either of those. So this is the 6. There's no 6 here. This is a 4, 5, which looks down, making that the 3, taking 3 out of those. That would have helped me a long time ago. This is the 8. This is the 6. This better sum to 25, and it does. This is the 7, which gives, because they're my outies. These have to sum to 10. They're not 1, 9. They're not 2, 8. They're 3, 7. And they're not 4, 6. So I can't use 1, 9. I can't use 2, 8. I can't use 4, 6. So they've got to be 3, 7. 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. Yeah, they've got to be 3, 7. So this is the 2. This is a 4, 5. Again, I'm not doing great. 3, 5 go into those. This is an 11 clue, so 7 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4. This is a 7 clue, so this is the 3, this is the 7, this is the 8, this is the 7, this is the 3. I'm not doing great, am I? This is the 3. So I've done the 20, I've done the 14, I've done the 9, I've done the 25, I've done the 11, I've done the 6, I've done the 8. I've done the 15, I've done the 7, I've done the 5, I've done the 25, I've done the 15, I've done the 14. I haven't done the 12. But I'm a little bit lost in the woods on that one at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's no 5 in either of those, so that's the 5. So that's the 3, that's the 5. This is the 7, this is the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 3 there. So this is a 2, 4 pair. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 7, and 8. So this is the 7. This is a 1, 8 pair. I'm feeling very lost in the woods on this puzzle. This is a 6 by Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So that's the 4. The 3 and the 8 I'm not sure about, but it takes 3 out of there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait. The 4 looks down making that the 2, meaning that's the 4 and that's the 3, which means that's the 2 and that's the 4. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is resolved. 5 and 6. This is the 2. This is better. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means that's a 4. This triple, 2, 3, 5. So this is the 2, 3, 5. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and 6. So the question is going to be, can I make 12 out of those? I really don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 9 go into those. Oh, 1, 9. And there's my 1. So these have to sum to 12. So I can colour both of those yellow. That's the 8, that's the 1. I can colour that yellow, and then I can select all the green and get rid of it. Okay, great. Now these have to sum to 12, but I can probably do something better than that. I don't know. If this is 5, these would have to sum to 7. And I couldn't use 2, 5, or 3, 4. So this has to be the 2, the 5, the 6, the 2, the 4, the 5, the 7, the 4, and these better work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 7, 2 works. So this is the 3, this is the 7. The 3 makes this the 8, this the 3. My time is terrible. This is the 6 and the 8. 10 minutes 32. Yeah. Yes. 2.5 minutes outside the 2 hat time. I always get rid of colours when I don't need them anymore, or at least I try to. I keep my crust colours on sandwich, but as soon as I've got the 1s and the 9s, I get rid of the fill colours. I just do. Colouring hurts my eyes. So getting rid of it as soon as possible. There is a guest solve coming up on my channel that I could barely watch, let alone solve the puzzle. And it's not from someone that you might expect. The next puzzle from the February the 22nd, so if you're trying to find the puzzles in the trackers so you can solve along, this one is from February 22nd, 2023. Um, yeah. So February 22nd might have been. Yeah, this was about the time I'd been invited up to Brisbane to see Lin-Manuel Miranda on stage. And that performance is available on YouTube for free. And you can see BremSter in front center in a room full of people that mostly had to raffle to be there. I was so, I was so lucky to have been just recognized and put where I was. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, February 22nd, 2023, Boa by Philip Newman. So, um, these are just killer. So digits in cages, cannot repeat and must sum to the total given. Starting the puzzle to restart my timer. So this is a 1-2, but this is a 1-3. So this is the 3, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 1. 17 is 8-9, 16 is 7-9. So this is the 7, this is the 9, this is the 8, this is the 9. This is 7-8, because, yeah, it just is. This is, well, I can't put a 2 in it, so this is 1 and 4. The 6 cage is 1-5 or 2-4. So it's 1-5 or 2-4. Not sure. So this is either 9-5 or 8-6. But what's this? Because 1, 2, 3, these are 4, 8, and 9, but I need to make 13. So this is 4-9, this is the 8, so this is the 6. And the 4 and the 9 are resolved. So 9 is down here. 9 here would need a 3, so that's not the 9. This is 2-9. This is a little weird. This is a little bit weird. Just a little bit funny. So this triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If this is 6, this is 6. That's not going to work. So this is 5 or 4. There's something breaking my brain about this puzzle. 1-7, 2-6 is not possible, 3-5 is not possible. So this is 1-7. Now there has to be a high digit in a 10 cage, and I can't use 6, 7, or 8, 6, 7, or 9. So this is 2-8, and this is the leftover digits. So this is 4-5. The 2-8 makes this 9 and this 2. Now, the 12 cage can't be 7-5. That's a really tricky spot. If this is 7, the 7 would be here, and if this is 5, the 5 would be here. That's a really tricky spot. I don't think that is the gas way to solve this puzzle, but I'll take it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and 8, which are resolved. Yeah. I mean, I'd stopped looking at that when I saw something in chat. It's all good. That was a cool spot. I like it. 2 is in one of those. 9. No, that's not where I meant to put it. That's where I meant to put it. 9 is right there by Sudoku. This 7 cage is bugging me, but in ways I can't understand. It must have a 1 or a 2 in it. So it's either 1-6 in that order or 2-5 in that order. I don't. So what's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6. So that's the 7, that's the 6. So what's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 8. There's no 6 there. There's no 3 there. Great. What's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. There's no 7 there. So there's a 4-5 pair. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 8. So this is a 1, 2 pair. So this is the 8, this is the 2, this is the 3, and there's no 3 there. This is the 6, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 4, this is the 1. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, and 9, 9 and 2. This is the 7 and the 1. There's no 7 there, that's the 7. That's the 5, that's the 4, that's the 8, that's the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 8, and 9. There's no 9, that's the 9. That's the 3, that's the 8. This is feeling like, again, very weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which I know the order of, which takes 4 out of there. Puts 5 in one of those two, but I don't think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 3, which takes 3 out of there. That's the 4. Is this 5, 7, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 5, 7, 8. So that's the 5. That's the 7. That's the 8. That's the 7. This triple. 1, 2, 3, 6. So that's the 3. 2, 6. These pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 and 6. So these are 1 and 7. So 1, 7. The 5, of course, makes that 4 and 5. I don't know if a lot of people solve the way I do with like scanning the most heavily populated row and everything. It may not be the most efficient, but it's just the way it works for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I get 3 and 4, which gives me 6 and 3, which gives me 2 and 6, which gives me 1 and 2, which gives me 1 and 8. 6 minutes 24. Which was 6 seconds underneath the 2 hat time, even with explaining and interrupting to make a bit of a rant. That was fun. I liked that one. The stuff going on down here was weird, and yeah. I worry that people watching my solving technique kind of causes them to think the same way. And it's why I recommend people go check out other channels. Because if you focus on one person's solving technique, then if you can't replicate their technique, then you will just think that you're not a good solver. But there are multiple ways of being able to approach all sorts of puzzles. Now, some puzzles are incredibly linear and you have to basically follow the path. But there are different ways of approaching the puzzles, and there's different ways of even thinking about just doing the basic Sudoku. Is it hunting for those? Some people think geometrically. I remember sitting down and doing a test solve with Maverick's JD, and the way he can see and just visualize a grid is completely different to the way I do it. And even people like Sotek and Virtual, they see a grid in a slightly different way to the way I do. It's the same grid and we'll reach the same conclusions, but we see it in a different way. And that's just the way our minds work. And if you're watching the same person over and over and over, then you're going to get either feel that I can't see what you see, or you're going to try and reprogram yourself to think their way. And I think that's bad. So checking out multiple solvers, I think, is a really important thing to do. Different paths, different approaches, different ways of doing it. There are things that I cannot do. And I fully acknowledge there are ways of looking at a grid I just cannot do. And that's why I'm glad there are other solvers out there. Yeah. But there's also, channels that I think focus on particular solving techniques and say this is the only way to do it, and I think that's bad. Yeah. Okay, so this one only has a single link, and I'm worried it's Penpa. No, it's Sudoku Pad. Okay, but it's based on a Penpa link. Okay, but I think it's loaded okay. Right. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Also, place the 8 given length 3 ships into the grid so that no ships touch each other, not even diagonally. Ships can be orientated horizontally or vertically. Clues adjacent to a row or column tell you the sum of all of the digits that are on the ship segments in that row or column. This is going to be really, really interesting as a guess. We will see how we go. Okay, so they're all 3 length ships, so that's going to make it a little easier. So we know that, can I use this line? That is a ship. That is a that is a ship. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use yellow. That is a ship, and that is a ship. Don't know anything about this other than it's either that or that. I expect it's going to be that, but I don't know for certain. So we know that 7 can only be done with 1, 2, 4. I can't read these digits. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? Right, this is 3, 4 because... Right, and we know... Actually, I'm going to do this with not lines. I'm going to do this with shading. So these are ships. These are all water because I cannot put any more ships into those otherwise I'll blow the ship total. I'll blow up the ships. Yep, 8 in column 7. Now, I'm going to have a real problem with this one because these pencil... The grid... Normally, the grid on my screen is about this big. This grid is about this big, and I'm really having trouble reading the pencil marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 5 and 9 go into those. Which means 5 is down here. 9 is in one of those two. Now... 6 is the total in here on ships. Now, yeah, I'm not sure. I could potentially put another ship like this, but ships can't touch each other even diagonally. So none of those all have to be water. But I have to have 24 in that row. So those must all be ships and must be 7, 8, 9. By battleship rules, 8 goes with 2 more digits in row 7. So I need 14. 8. So I've got 8. What are the digits I've got left? 8, 6, and 5 are the highest digits I've got. 8, 6, and 5 is 19. I've got heaps of leeway. Oh, but if I don't use an 8, I've got 6, 5, and 4, which still gives me leeway. Doesn't it? I don't follow. No, I don't follow. Now, I know that much of this column is battleship. Like, there's only 10 in here that is not battleship. And there's only 1 in this that is. I think I've got to do more Sudoku somehow, but I'm not sure how. One, 2 in column 9? Or the 12 in column 9? So this is a vertical ship. Well, this isn't the 8. Or the 9. That's a 7. So I can take 7 out of those. So this is a 7, and it's a vertical ship. So I need another 5, which is 1, 4, or 2, 3. If it's 1, 4, it's down here. If it's 2, 3, it could be here or here. But does that mean none of these? Because with a 7, I couldn't have... Oh, wait a minute. Could I go 7, 1, 2? No, there's nowhere I could put a horizontal ship on here. So once I put the vertical ship on here, I'm out of space. And I can't put them both up here. So these and these must all be water. This doesn't feel gassy. This feels like a really deep... Now, this can't be on a ship because it couldn't be vertical because it would interfere with that, and it can't be horizontal. So that's water. There must be a horizontal ship in this row. It must be here. This must be a horizontal ship because I can only have... No, wait, no, that's wrong. There must be a vertical ship in this row. Oh, I don't understand. This is a gas puzzle? Okay, so what's this triple? This is the 7, 1 and 2. That puts 7 down in one of those two. 8 is in one of those. If I can't solve this by Sudoku, I don't think I can solve this. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 1, 2 there. There's no 4 there. Row 5, column 9 cannot be ship. Oh, can't not be ship. Right, true. So that can't be ship. But I don't know anything about this. Yeah, I know that the one in row... Oh, yeah. So if this was a 1, it would need to be the ship, and it's not. So this is the 2, this is the 1. That's cool. Row 6, column 3. Yeah, that was... Now, is it the 6 here? Now, I can't put a ship here. But I could put a ship here and put a low digit here, I think. Like this could be 1, 2, 3. This can't be part of a ship. So these 2 digits here can't be parts of ships. And there's digits summing to 10 that aren't parts of ships. So if this wasn't part of a ship, I would have a ship here and then a ship here, and then those are the 3. You know, that does work. No, hang on, but that can't be the end of a ship. So if this wasn't part of a ship, I'd have a ship here, and then I'd need a ship here to get to 35, but that's the middle of a ship. So those have to be the ships. If I'm understanding Battleship correctly, those must be the ships. If this was horizontal, all of those would be blue. And wherever I drew this ship, I would lose other digits, and I could put a horizontal here, and I would have 4 cells that would need to sum to the 10 that aren't part of the battleship. So if I made even that the battleship and made that horizontal, all of those are now not battleship, and those cells need to sum to, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a gas puzzle? What's the time they expect this to be solved in? I'm already over the time, by the way. Row 1 can be finished by Sudoku. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, these are 6, 9, and they're resolvable. This is 9, this is 6. These are 7, 8, and they're resolvable. This is 7, this is 8. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. So this is 5, this is 7, 9. These are 3, 6, 8. There's no 8 here. There's no 6 here. That's 3, that's 6, that's 8. That's 4, that's 3. This is a 1 or a 2. 1, 2, 4, 5. There's no 4 there. The problem I've got is I also can't read these pencil marks. They're like half the size of normal. I don't know how anyone on a phone could solve this. 3 is in one of those two. So these are 1, 2, 4. So how do the 8 can't be part of the 12 ship. So that is now water. This is now the 12 ship. 7 plus 5. So this is a 1, 4 pair. There's no 1, 4 here. This is a 2, 3. So this is the 3. This is the 2. This is water. So all of this is water, because I can't fit in a ship. These are 2, 6, and 9. That's not a 6. That's not a 9. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's no 4 there. 1 clue in row 6. So that's the 1, that's the 4. All of this is now water. So this has to be horizontal. This has to be water. I can't make all 4 of those yellow. So because I can't make all 4 of those yellow, I'm going to end up with either those 4 cells not in it or those 4 cells not in it. And if it was those 4 cells, I couldn't make them 1, 2, 3, 4 because the 1, 2 there. So that's water. That is the ship. That's not a 1 or a 2. These are 1, 2, 4. There's no 4 there, so that's the 4. This is now part of a ship, so that's the ship. I have no idea how many ships I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still need to fit 2 more ships in. One of them is here or here, so this is always water. And one of them is in one of these. But I've got no... Yeah, one of them is in one of these. This can't be part of it or I'd blow the total. So that's water. And I'm sorry if people are saying this stuff in chat. I'm just trying to figure this out. There's no 1 in any of these. So this is the 1. There's no 2 in any of those. Please don't think I'm trying to ignore you. This is the 2. The 5 in row 8 tells me. Because the 5 needs to be in the vertical ship and I can't put a 5 there. So this is where the vertical ship is. This all becomes water. And they're the position of the ships. And this is a 5. That's very cool. Thank you. The 2 makes that the 9. This is not the 9. This is a 2, 6. This is 1, 2, 3. Now these have to sum to 17. But if this is 9, this is 8, and that'd have to be a 0. So that's a 7. So that's a 9. Now 7 and 8 would be 15, and that'd be 2, and it doesn't work. So this is... No, I'm broken. I've broken the puzzle. This doesn't work. If I check... This is just wrong. I'm really tempted to end the stream. The fact that this could be released as a gas puzzle is just an indication of how much they assume everyone has skills that they just don't have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 6. I don't think this would actually pass through testing to be featured on my channel. Right, 1, 2, 3. Right, these are 6 and 9, and 9 and 6. That was just a typo. So we've got 8 and 7. I don't even remember anymore, or really care. That's a 6. That's a 1. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 1 there. So yeah, this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 8. So that's the 3. This is a 6, 8. Either way, this can't be part of the ship because 6 and 7 would sum to 13 already. So this is a 6, 8 and is not part of the ship. The 3 makes this 4 and this 3. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 9. This is the 5. This is the 7, 9. That means this is the ship. So these are not part of ship. So this is not part of ship. These sum to 12. So this needs to be another 5. And it's not 2, 3. So it's 1, 4. So there's no 1, 4 there. So this is 2, 3. This is the 4. This is the 1. This is the 6. This is the 8. Just getting flustered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. There's no 6. There's no 9. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 4, 5. Great. There's no 4 there. You're not the only one. I'm not blaming anyone. So this is 1 or 2. Rest of row 6 is water. That is very true. Which means this has to be horizontal. Which means rest of this is water. Now I can use the 5 trick in here because one of these has to be vertical and I can't put it there. So this is the vertical. This is now water. This is a 5. So this is the 1 and I can take 1 out of those. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, and 9. There's no 3 there, so that's the 3. Now there are 4 cells here that sum to 14, but I'm not sure what to do with that. There is a 1 in here. Now I know there's an 8 in here. So hang on, it means I need another 6. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 8 go into those. There's no 8 there, of course. There's no 3 there. Now, this 35 clue is now coming into play because I can't put a... If I put a ship here, I'm broken. This is water. If I put the clue here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 water, and they have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If I put the clue here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 water, and they have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If I put the clue here, though, I can't do 1, 2, 3, 4. So that has to be the clue. These are all water. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the 2, that's the 1, that's the 4. This now has to be a ship in order for me not to blow the 35 total. This is the 8 because I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 already placed. I've got a 1, 3 pair in the row, which means that's the 2, that's the 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9, which means that's 4 and that's 5. There's no 9 there. So this is 2 or 6. So this is 6. This is 2, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if stream is behind me or there's a streaming problem. I'm just checking to see if I'm dropping frames or something. Doesn't say so. Did someone tip again earlier and I missed it? No, it's just that £5 is way more in Australian dollars than you think it is. This is now the 9, so this is the 8. So there's no 9 there. I'm sorry, this is just... There's no 2 there. This is 9 and 7. That's been there for ages. I'm sorry. This is 3 or 4. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 and 9. So this can't be part of a ship. There's no way I can put a 3-cell ship in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's a ship either here or here. This is water. And it needs to sum to 17. Now that doesn't sum to 17. So this has to sum to 17, meaning that's the 2. That's water. And I've got my water now. Meaning this is 9. Meaning this is 5 and this is 9. These are 1, 2, 4, and 5. So this is 1 and 2. That's 5. So that's 7. So that's 5. That's 9. This column is missing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 6. This row, 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is 3 and 5. 1 and 3. So the small pencil marks are just breaking my brain as well. This is a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 and 7. The 4 looks up making this 2 and 4. Scanning this is really hard. Like this grid is half the size of what I'm used to. The 2 makes this 3 and 2, which makes this 4 and 3. 25.57. I don't care. I just do not care. I'm really sorry. I'd almost be tempted to put a chapter mark into this stream saying do not watch this puzzle. I'm going to take a break. I need to go wash my eyes out. Hopefully, I won't need to wash them out to the point where I won't be able to see. But I need to rest my eyes. The small grid just broke me. The next puzzle is called The Goblin King. I like the title. Um, that was a really tricky puzzle. I just I think turtles would be more fun, but I think a lot of people like dinosaurs. I definitely got a dinosaur on that one. Um, I Yeah, my eyes are sore. I'm going to take a break away from the screen for a couple of minutes. I am going to do my normal trick, and I know I lost a lot of viewers during solving that puzzle, just to give you an idea of just how much that puzzle. I mean, my frustration was just not helping. Um, I'm going to. Thanks, Nicholas. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to put myself in break mode, and I'm actually going to push the button to try and play an ad because that causes YouTube to promote the video more. Please feel free to walk away from the screen. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hello. How many people are still here? Wow, not many. Everybody ran away. Hello, Sotek. How are you? So, I was going to do this after the previous puzzle, and then during the previous puzzle, I lost everyone. What I want people to please consider is going over to my free Patreon and nominating puzzles for the best of 2023. That will then go into a battle royale that I'm hoping to run next month, where I will pair puzzles up randomly and people will get to vote on which of these was better, and then that'll just culminate in a thing. I want a bit of fun where puzzles that were popular and that people liked get surfaced, so people who haven't seen those puzzles, sorry, I had some breakfast during the break, people who haven't seen those puzzles can actually have something to go back and focus on. I did this for 2022, and those puzzles got a fair bit of attention. And the people who looked at those puzzles, because I see some YouTube metrics, once those puzzles had got increased views, the rest of the puzzles and other puzzles on the channel that people had commented on and looked at also got increased views. So it's a nice way of getting puzzles surfaced. So please spend some time thinking about it. It doesn't have to necessarily be puzzles that, like, you don't have to have seen every puzzle on my channel to do it. I don't mind if you nominate your own puzzles. I don't mind whatever. Just puzzles that you know that were good, or puzzles that you like the look of the thumbnail or something. Please nominate and see it, and try and get that up. It would be really help the channel a lot. So let's have a look at the next puzzle, which is the Goblin King by Bill Murphy. Now, the Goblin King is for February 24th, 2023, and this is an anti-king puzzle. So if you're a fan of Jareth from Labyrinth, that's what this is about. I think we've got a Jareth PopCap around here somewhere. I don't, but my wife, I think, has got one out in the TV room. Anyway, I'm going to, as do I, like, yeah. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So this is a 1, 2, 3 because I can't put it here or here. So this is a 1, 2, 3, and the 1 and the 3 means that's the 2, and this is a 1, 3. 4, 5, 6 goes down here. So 4, 5, 6, this can't be a 6. This is 7, 8, 9, and this can't be a 7. This is 7, 8, 9, so this is an 8, and this is a 7, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, so this is a 2, and this is a 1, 3, and this is 4, 5, 6. Great, there's roping going on. That's all done, and I'm not sure what to do with it now. Okay. 3, 6, 9. So 1 and 7 are down here. So 1 is in one of those two, and 7 is in one of those two. 3 and 6. So 3 is in one of those two. That's just a 6. Um, hmm. Nice quiche for breakfast. Where am I looking now? I mean, I'm looking there, but I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Um, so 7 is down here. So 7 is in one of those two. 1 is down here. So 1 is in one of those two. Row 6, column 6. Row 6, column 6, and row 4, column 7. Can't be the same. Well, row 5, column 7? I'm not sure what you... I mean, that might be true, but... That's some weird geometry that I'd be looking at, isn't it? Oh, it's an anti-king puzzle. I didn't mention the anti. Did I even mention the anti-king when I started? So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 8, 9. There's no 9 in there. So this is the 9. This is a 5, 8. So this is the 7. This is the 1. The 5, 8, I'm not sure how to resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 5. I can clear up centre marks on the pen centre band. I can. 1, 3, not 6, not 4. Wow, what a stupid thing to miss. That's the 3 because 3 had to be in those, and that 3 sees both of them. So that's not a 7. That's the 7. That's an important rule that I missed. I'm really sorry, everyone. Okay. So 6, 6, 6 is down here. But if 6 was here, I couldn't put 6 here. If 6 was here, I couldn't put 6 here. That's not 6, so that's the 6, which takes the 6 out of there, which makes that the 6. Which puts 6 in one of those two, which is there. Which puts 6 in one of those two. So there's no 8 in either of those. Three is in one of those two. 2 is right there by Sudoku because that 2 knocks it out of there and that 2 knocks it out of there. So what's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. There's no 5 there because it would knock it out of both of those. That's the 9. So 9 comes out of those. This is 5 and 8. Now, I'm not sure how to resolve that, but I can't put 8 in either of those or in any of those. So 8 is down here now. One is not in any of those. So 1 is in one of those two. So 1 is right there. 7 is in one of those two. It's not there. That's the 7. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. There's no 8 there. That's a 4, 5, 8 triple, but that makes that the 8. This is a 4, 5. So what's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, and 9. That's the 2. This is a 3, 9 pair. There's stuff all over the place that I'm getting to. This is 4 or 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 go into those. Again, 8, 8, which means that's the 8. And these are 1, 4, and 5. I can't put a 5 there or a 4 because that would knock it out of all. So this is the 1. So this is a 4 or a 5. And whatever that is goes there. So that can't be the 6. This is the 6. And those two are the same digit. That's not the 6. This is the 6. Three in this box is down here. Actually, it's in one of those two. So that's the 9, that's the 3. That's not the 3, that's the 3. Again, I think people are behind again, and I'm not sure if there's anything I can do about that except please refresh. This 4 means that's not the 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9, which means this is an 8 and this is a 9, which means this is the 5 and this is an 8, which means this is a 4, this is a 5, this is a 4, this is a 5, and I can take 5 out of those. So this is 8, 4. So this is 5, 8. These are 1, 2, and 5, and I know the order 2 and 5 because of that 5. So these columns are resolved. That's not the 1, that's the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 9 go in. So that's the 2, that's the 9. The 2 makes that the 5 and that the 2, which means that's the 4, that's the 5, that's the 5, and that's the 4. 8 minutes 11. I think the reason I'm going to guess 71 seconds out. No, I was only 41 seconds out is because I forgot about Anti-King for way too long. And I even called out that it was a Goblin King. It was an Anti-King puzzle, and I even made a Jareth joke at the start. She chose down. Sometimes the way forward is the way back. Oh, man. And this is why there's so few people watching now. It's a great movie. It is one of the best. I remember when I first saw the movie on the big screen, and you've got the whole concept of they get to the middle of the labyrinth. And I don't know why it was funny because it was the middle of a city, but you get to the middle of the labyrinth and it's this built up city, and sitting at the doorway to the castle, there's just 2 milk bottles. And I just burst out laughing from the whole concept of the milkman has to solve the labyrinth every day. And I just laughed and laughed, and no one else got it. Have a good one, Nicholas. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along arrows must sum to the circled total. Digits may repeat if allowed by other rules. Great. Good. I think we're all familiar with arrows. They can't put a 1 into those. They have to be different, so they are 2 and 3. Now, a 4 arrow, I can't put a 1 there, so it's from 2 or 3 because I can't put a 4 on it. If this is a 2, this is a 2, so this is a 1 or a 2, and it can't be a 2, so this is a 1, this is a 3. So this is a 2, and this is a 3. These are the same digit, but I'm not sure what that is. Now, there's no 1 on this 7 arrow, so it's 2, 5, or 3, 4, and it's not 2, 5. So this is 4 and 3. Now, this 3 arrow, I can't use the same digit. It doesn't work. So it's 1, 2, and multiple ways I can determine the order. Now, this 6 arrow, they can't be double 3 because I can't use a 3. So if it's 1, 5, it's in either order. If it's 2, 4, it's 2 and 4. No, I can't use 2, 4. This is 1, 5. Great. Woohoo. So what is that? It can't be 1, it can't be 2, it can't be 3, it can't be 4. It could be 5, it can't be 6, it could be 7, it can't be 8, it can't be 9. This is 5 or 7. What about this one? Can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 4, can't be 5. It could be 6, it can't be 7, it could be 8, it could be 9. Yeah, that one's even worse. Okay, what's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. I'm feeling... So this 7 arrow, it can't be 1, 6, it can't be 2, 5. This is 3, 4. And I know the order. Why did I lose my cursor? 4 and 3. This 9 arrow, I need to put a low digit on this. So it can't be 1, 8, it can't be 2, 7. It could be 3, 6, it can't be 4, 5. This is 3, 6, and I know the order. This is the 3, this is the 6. So there's no 6 on these anymore. 6 is in here. I don't feel that that's particularly monumental. 4 is in one of those two. K. So this is 7, 8, 9. C's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is just 4 or 5. Okay, this 8 arrow. It can't be 1, 7. It could be 2, 6. It can't be 3, 5. This is 2, 6. And I know the order. This is the 6. This is the 2. That means that's not the 6. It means 2 is in one of those two. One, 4. So 4 is in one of those two. Which means 4 is in one of those two. One, 4, 5, 8 is what I'm missing from here. 8 arrow. Yeah, 8 arrow is one option. 2 is in one of those two, so that's not the 2. This is the 2. This sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 are the only options for there. This 9 arrow, it can't be 1, 8. It can't be 2, 7. It can't be 3, 6. This is 4, 5. And I know the order. 5 and 4, which means this is 1 and 5. It feels weird that that didn't seem to do more. Box 1 is quite tuneful. Tuneful. Right. There's a nice way of putting it. Now that's a 4. That's a 2. 5 is now there. So these are 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's no 6 there. There's no 9 there. There's no 5 there. So this is 6, 8, or 9. That's very weird. I've got the same down here. That's 3, that's 4. I wonder if this puzzle was created specifically for that. Now 2 is in one of those two. What is this? This is 1, 4, 8. So that's the 8. This is the 4. This is the 1. Which means that's the 1. 1 is now slap bang in the middle. That's a 1. It is definitely a deep, deep doot. So this is 5 or 7. So this is 7, this is 5, this is 5. That's a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 go into those. There's no 6 there. So the 8, 9 pair makes that the 7, taking 7 out of those. So that's the 7. This is 4, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. So that now is the 6. This is 2, 8, 9. And that's not an 8. This 5, of course, makes that the 4, which makes that the 9, that the 8, that the 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 8. So that's the 6 and the 9 and the 6 and the 5 and the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 7 go in. So these are 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And there's no 9 in them. So that's the 9. That's the 7. These are 1, 2, and 9. So 2, 9. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So 5 and 8 go in. This column is a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 go in. So 9 and 6. This, of course, is 8 and 9, which makes this the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 go in. There's no 7 there. There's no 6 there. There's no 8 there. The 2 makes that the 7 and that the 2. So that becomes the 6, the 8, the 7, and the 8 makes this the 6 and the 8. 8 minutes 25. That was a little bit more tricky than I expected, I admit. And I missed the 2 hat time by only 25 seconds. That was cool. I like that one. I think, yeah, the timing on that one was good. That one felt about right. If you click with the puzzle, you're going to get the 2 hat time on that one. Like, I missed it, but I thought the time was well set. 7 minutes on that one, I thought would have been a bit of a stretch for most people. Maybe not. That was cool. Okay, what comes next? I mean, I'm only going to be streaming for like another half hour or so because I will want to take a bit of a break and maybe get some stretching in before I go play Diablo for most of the rest of the day over on BremSter's games. Okay, so block some relations. Okay, I need to block some relations. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Equal signs in the grid tell you that the 3 digits above the clue have the same sum as the 3 digits below, or the 3 digits to the left of the clue have the same sum as the 3 digits to the right. Great. I understand the rules. I'm just going to struggle with them. Let's give this a shot. So this is a quadruple I'm going to start with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. There's no 2 or 3 there. There's no 3 there. There's no 5 there. That did not do as much as I wanted. So this is a 2-4 pair. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 3, 5, and 6. So these sum to 14. So that's an 8. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, and 9. So that's a 7. That's a 1. That's a 9. Bingo. Can I do the same down here? This is 3, 5. This is 3, 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 6, and 7 are 17. So these need to save them to 17. So that's a 9. That's not a 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 8. So that's the 2, and there's no 2 here. So these sum to 6 plus that. So if this was a 3, this would have to, those two would have to sum to 6. That's not going to work. If this was a 5, these would be 11. This would be a 1. And if this is a 6, this is a 1 or a 2, is what I'm getting from that. But it can't be a 2. This is a 1. So these sum to 11. So these have to sum to 11. That's the 5. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. Now, can I do the same here? These sum to 8. If this was 8 and 4, these would sum to 12, and that would be a 2, and it can't be. So this is a 6. These now sum to 14. I've got 10, so that's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an 8. Now, of course, the 2 made that the 4 and that the 2 ages ago. There's no... Wait. No, there's no 6 in those. Now, so all that I've got left are these ones. But I'm hoping I can do some Sudoku or something, because like 9 is in one of those two. So this is 10 at least, but it had to be anyway. But this is 10 plus something. I'm not seeing more forced... Like 8 is in one of those two, but if this is 8, 9, this would be 18, and I can't get that high, I don't think. Because 5, 6, 7 is 18. Actually, I can. But this... Oh! This row, these are all 15 clues. Oh! It's the same in the column. These are all 15 clues. So these are all entropic. So 1 and 9, which means these are 1, 5, 9. This is a 6. 6 and 7 means that that's the 2. 2 and 6 comes out of there. So this is the 5 and the 3. These have to sum to 6 without being 1, 5. So they're 2, 4. So this is 1 and 6. This is 5, 9. So 1, 2, these are 3 and 8. And I know the order. And I could have just used entropy from the very beginning. A trick that I've been exploring a lot, and I was just not paying attention to these. This is the same as this, which is also the same as this, and 45 divided by 3. If I'd done that, I would have done this a lot faster. 4, 2. Okay, now, where am I breaking this open now? I'm not sure. 2 is in one of those two. 7 is in one of those two. That's not it. This is a triple. 1, 2, 4, 6. There's no 4 there. Oh, there's no 2 in any of those. So 6, 4, 2. So this is not the 2. This is the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7 go into those. This is 3 and 6. So the triple here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 9. There's no 9 in either of those. That's the 9, that's the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 4, which means 5 and 3, which means 7 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, which means 7 and 8, which means 1 and 6, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9. So 5 and 9, which means 3 and 7. So 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 and 3. 5 and 6. So 6 and 5. And 7 and 6. And 4 and 7. If I'd noticed the entropy trick. 7 minutes 15, which is going to be over the time. Yeah, 7 minutes. All I needed to do was spot that entropy trick earlier. Ding bat. I spent all the time finding these totals, and these ones were absolutely given. And the thing I love about puzzles like this is when you see it, it's like, oh, of course. And I love those oh of course moments. They they don't make me feel like an idiot. It's when you struggle with something for 45 minutes and you finally find something and you feel relief that you found something to progress with. I don't find those rewarding. When you find something and it's like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I should have seen that earlier. Those are good. That's a positive feeling. Like that actually I find very rewarding. But when you've got like a 5-star difficulty puzzle where everything is hidden and it's like this is just hard deduction after hard deduction after hard deduction, I don't feel rewarding after that. I feel relief. And I don't solve puzzles to feel relieved. That's not a thing I'm looking for. I When you've got chains of really hard deduction, put like one hard deduction in a puzzle. So when you find it, it's like that's my good moment. But when you've just got like 8 of them in a row, if you miss one of them, the entire thing falls apart and you will never feel the reward. And I just don't understand it. It yeah, I just don't understand the concept of that. Yeah, it's not finding the 15. And I have no problem with that at all. Digits along indicated diagonal must sum to the given total. So this is little killer. So these 3 cells, because they're pointed to by the arrow, must sum to 12. These 4 cells must sum to 17, but digits can repeat in here. So because it doesn't state that digits cannot repeat, digits may inherently repeat. So there's been a lot of discussion about rules with things like Kropke. So with Kropke and Kropke pairs, there's been a statement of, do you need to state that not all dots are given? Now, I was very passionate for a very long time about you should do that. And I had some discussions, and it wasn't discussions with new setters that dragged me into this. I was having discussions with people who've been in the community for 6 years or longer. So people who have been here for a very long time, who have been involved with the creation of a lot of these things that we take for granted. And the reason that Kropke pairs, and we often say not all dots are given, is there was original puzzle type called Kropke where it was the whole concept of Kropke is all of the markings were given. So at the very beginning, it was like, by the way, in this particular puzzle, as an exception, not everything is given. But that's flipped. The language has changed. The puzzle thing within Sudoku has evolved. So as long as we call out Kropke pairs, it's okay to say that, because we don't say not all arrows are given and everything. Similarly, in killer, you say if you have a killer cage shaped like this, you would say digits cannot repeat within a cage. If all of your killer cages are shaped like this, you don't need to say that, because digits couldn't repeat within your cages. So you can be very explicit with your rules without having to be overly wordy. So with this, you don't need to state digits can repeat along the line, because the rules of Sudoku are explicit that they can. It's when they're not allowed to that you need to call that out. And it's all about, don't challenge assumptions that aren't there, but make the explanations available for people who need them. It's a very tricky balance, and I understand that. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give... I'm not 100% sure. I think it is possible to go overboard, because if you're always going to mention everything, and I think all rules should be in a puzzle. I mentioned this earlier with the fog rule, that you shouldn't make assumptions and you should absolutely make sure everything is covered. But do you need to state that not all arrows are given? Do you need to state that not all little killer clues are given? There's a level of overboard. And what is that level of overboard? Let's give this a shot. So these have to sum to 6. And they're not 2, 4, so they're 1, 5. Now these here, this already sums to 11, so these have to sum to 6. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. These sum to 15 and they're not 9, 6, they're 7, 8. Actually, I can resolve that. That's 7, that's 8. Could I resolve the 1, 5? Could. That's 1 and that's 5. Now, 32 along here seems excessive. These sum to 5, so they are, well, they're not 1, 4, so they're 2, 3. Now, these sum to 12 already, so these have to sum to 4. So they're either 1, 3 or 2, 2. If they're 1, 3, it's 1. They can't be 2, 2. Because if they were 2, 2, neither of those could be 2, 2. So this is 1, this is 3, this is 2, this is 3. Because if these were 2, 2, these would have both been 3, and that would have broken the puzzle. Very nice. So this is now a 1 by Sudoku. These are 5, 6, and 9. And as I said, I was swayed. I was very much a case with the rules of you need to be overly explicit. But talking to some people who've been doing this for a very long time, I'm able to be convinced. You can change my mind, please. So is it this 19 I want to look at? These are 7. These have to sum to 12. Now, I could use 6, 6. So 9, 3 is not possible. 8, 4, because I can't put 3 in either of them. 8, 4, this seems like I'm going down a stupid rabbit hole. I do know 7 is in one of those two. Actually, these sum to 14. They're not 9, 5. They could be 8, they're 8, 6. And that's the 6, and that's the 8, which puts 6 in one of those two. That puts 8 in one of those two, which means this is more restricted. No, it never was, because I couldn't use the 8 there anyway. If I'm soporific and that's all the only benefit I give, I'll take it. I hope I'm not falling asleep. It's only like 11 o'clock in the morning. 4 is in one of those two. So could this be a 4? If this was a 4, this would be 8, 7. This would be a 2. Sure. What about here? If this is a 7, these would be 8 plus 6 is 14. This would be a 5. I don't get it. $24, only one option. So these are 8. So these have to sum to 16. And they can't be 8, 8. So they're 9, 5. No, what am I doing? They're 9, 7. They're 9, 7. So it's 9, 7 or 8, 8. Because they had to sum to 16 because it's 24 minus 8. And I can't use 8, 8 because there's an 8 there. So these were 9, 7. This is the 9. This is the 7. Right. Now there's a 9 in this box in one of those two. There's a 7. Oh, except that's the 7. That's the 9. These are now 1 and 2. Does that do anything to this 17? This now has a minimum of 4. So these sum to 6. It can't be 1, 5. So it's 2, 4 or 3, 3. That's not 3, so it's not 3. These are 2 and 4. And that's the 4. And that's the 2. And that's the 1. And that's the 2. Again, I'm kind of struggling with this. Maybe it's time for me to turn my Sudoku brain off and take a break before smashing demons in Diablo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 go into there. So 8 and 4. I mean, I've done most of a month worth of gas puzzles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 2 and 9 go in, and I know the order. 9 and 2. These are triples. 1, 5, 8. There's no 1 there. There's no 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 6, 9. There's no 6. There's no 3. There's no 9. Yes, I have another channel called BremSter's Games where I frequently stream me playing video games, and I will be streaming Season 30 of Diablo 4 starting probably in about an hour, maybe a little less. That's a 7. These are 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. That's the 8. That's the 6. That's the 9. Hey, Rockrat. Trying to. Tearing as in destroying and actually making some mistakes with them. There's no need to do so. Where is 3 in this row? That is there. But you are very welcome to join. 4, 5, and 6 go into those. There's no 6 in either of those. So that's the 6. It would be nice to have you subscribe over on BremSter's Games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 and 9 go in. So this is the 9, this is the 2, this is the 5, this is the 4. The 5 looks up making this the 6 and this the 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is the 6, this is the 7. The 6 looks over making this the 3, this the 9, this the 6. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 8, 9. There's no 8 in the middle. There's no 9 at the top. There's no 9 at the bottom. That's the 9. That's a 2, 8 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 5 in the middle. And that's the 4. That's the 3. So this is the 1. In the middle of that, we're putting a 2, which we're putting a 2. We take the 2 out of there. So this column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 1, 4, 5. So that's the 1, that's the 5, that's the 4. Take 5 out of those. Great. The 2 made that the 8 and that the 2. Should have paid more attention, making that the 5 and that the 8. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7, which I can resolve. 7 and 4. This is 1 and 5. Yeah, I don't know. This is the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 7. So 1, 2, and 5. So there's a little killer I haven't used. And it's this one. So 5, 12, 14, 18, 19, 24, 31, that's a 1. I wonder how many people get to this point and go, I don't know what to do. And like me, completely forgot that there was that long little killer clue going down there. I completely forgot that existed. How long was my time? 8 minutes 40, and I'll bet I am 70 seconds off. Nope. I was 130 seconds off. You don't need to, Ratfinks. It's more than fine. The season doesn't start for another 25 minutes, and I'm not going to rush into it. And I'm going to play it a lot today. I'm expecting to be maybe like already Paragon 100 by the end of today. And I'm not going to be racing. There'll be people who'll be like Paragon 900 or something by the end of today. I'm sorry, MGL. I've been having a lot of fun over on BremSter's Games, but more important is really go and nominate Best of 2023 puzzles. I might do 1 or 2 more. If I do 1 more, I'm finishing February. So let's do 1 more puzzle. That'll finish off February, and we can start the next stream with March. because 2023 only has 11 months in it for my streams, because that's when I started doing the regular videos. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply, and that's it. Great. Wonderful. I've got a 7. I found a 7. Does that help me? Probably not. 4 in one of those. 6 in one of those. I'm looking at the wrong thing. There's a 1 in one of those, so there's a 1 in one of those. It's all about knowing the right place to look. That's a 1. I really don't know where to look. No, it's meant to be a 4 pencil mark. Naked singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a flip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into those. They're both very different. I don't think I enjoy one more than the other. They're different. I mean, I love playing video games over on BremSter Games. I really do. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no 6 in any of those. There's no 2 in any of those. This is not the way to do this. This is really not the way to do this. 6, 8 pair means that's the 4 and that's the 2. So that puts 2 right there. So this is the 6. So this is the 8 and this is the 6. This is now 5 or 7. So this quadruple, 1, 3, 8, 9. So there's no 8, 9 there or there. So this isn't 1 or 3. This isn't 1 or 3. So this is 8 and 9. So this is 5 or 7. 1, 5, 8, 9 in that. So this is the 1. These are 5, 8, 9. There's no 5 in either of those. That's the 5. I play all sorts of games. As I said, I've been recently playing Just Cause 2 and having an absolute blast playing the dumbest game in the universe. But it's fun. 3 is in one of those 2. I don't think that's it. Is it this quadruple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 8, 9. There's no 3 in any of those. There's no 8 there. There's no 6 there. There's no 6 or 8 there. There's no 9 there. This is not feeling right. Six is in one of those 2. Eight is in one of those 2. Oh, that's not a 4. That's the 4. So this is a quadruple. 1, 3, 5, 9. There's no 5 there. There's no 1 in either of those. There's no 3 in either of those. There's no 9 there. Is there some fundamental Sudoku trick here I'm missing, or am I just completely and utterly oblivious to what's going on? So this row is missing 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is 2 or 8. This is 2. So this is 4, this is 2. This is now a 6-8 pair. So this is 6 and this is 8. Okay. These are 5, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. How did that not break more open? Or am I just again being completely and utterly oblivious to the entire universe? Column 7, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So these are 3, 5, and 7. That's not a 5. There's a 3, 9 pair. So that's a 7. These are 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Row 7, column 7. Row 7, column 7 is 6, 9. I'm not seeing that. I can finish row 6 though, yes. These are 1 and 2. Right, that's not the 7, that's the 7. This is the 2, this is the 1. Row 7, column 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Giving me a 6, 9 pair. So 5, 7, 9. That makes more sense. 8. There's no 5 here. This is 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, and 4. So 2 and 4. That's a very cool spot. Once I'm looking in the right place, that's a very cool spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8, 9, 8. No 8. Three, no 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 go into those. So 5 and 8, which means 1, 5, 9 means this is the 1. So this is 3, 6. So 6, 3, 9, 3. 6, 9, 9, 5. The 1 makes that the 3 and that the 1. And the 7 in the column looks like making that the 5 and that the 7. So 7 minutes 52. That spot there and some of the stuff around here, and I should have finished this 3, 9 pair doing the work in this row, which I paused on for way too long. Yeah. What was the time on this one? 6 minutes 30. So I missed that one by, what was it? 72 seconds. 82 seconds. Math is hard. That was a really nice classic. I like these classics. And the starting pattern here and the way it gave you those naked singles, I mean, really obvious, but you need to figure out what you're looking for. And some people will look at this and just go, oh, I can put those 9s in, and other people like me won't. I really liked that. That was fun. Every single puzzle except for the battleship one on this was a lot of fun. The battleship one, part of it was the grid being so small because of the way it had to shrink everything to fit on the page because of the battleships. If there'd been a better way to render that, which I think we could have done now, a year ago it was hard, and I get that. I think that would have been nicer. Even putting the battleships in the rules somehow or anything. That was a really good one. Thank you everyone for joining me for the stream. Thank you to very much to Azul Rebirth for the tip. I really do appreciate it. Every little bit helps. It may not seem like it because I'm not hard up for cash, and I will say right now, if you are hard up, please do not donate. It's the reason why my Patreon is available for free. And while I do previews like I just did, there's a puzzle that should have just released on my Patreon recently, like today, I think, or last night, which is a really nice outside puzzle by Maggie and my mother and I. Maggie really put some evil stuff into that puzzle. That it was a preview and it will always come out for free. Any puzzle and content like that will come out for free on my channel, is because I know some people can't afford it. Do not donate to me if you cannot afford it. If you can, it's great. Every little bit helps. It really does, because it's been a rough year for me, and motivation to keep doing this, because this is almost a full-time job, is hard. And I have a full-time job and I'm looking after Maggie. And I've got other issues in my life that I'm dealing with. And it really does help me realize that this matters to people. But if you are in any way hard up, don't do it. Like, just having people here matters more. Come and join me on BremSter's Games. That's great motivation as well. Although I'm going to be streaming this one. Oh, hi Worm. I'm going to be streaming this one outside of Great Time, because it starts in, as I said, it starts in 15 minutes. I'm not going to be pushing to start at exactly the right time. I'm not going to be laddering. I try and just play and have fun. So that's the way I play it. I've done other Diablo 3 streams. I'm going to take a break from Just Cause 2. I just finished the Portal games, which, as I said, if you love 3D puzzle games, the best there is, and Portal Revolution was stunning. And for $1, you can get both Portal 2 and Portal Revolution. Phenomenal. Absolutely worth your time, and it'll run on pretty much any Windows box, even a crappy laptop. Yeah, and I'm around. I'm after puzzle submissions. I definitely am. I've got a few in my queue that are really great puzzles, but have recently been featured on CTC. I would like to cover those, but I'm probably going to leave a break. I don't mind covering puzzles that have been seen before, but I do need some puzzles that are in the channel range. I've got as I said, I've got a bunch of puzzles in the queue, but there's just been some issues with queue flow recently. So getting some more into the queue would be great. Recommendations really do help. People coming across and solving a puzzle from the archive or LMD or somewhere else, and reaching out to the seller and saying, hi, can I submit this to BremSter, or would you like to? Absolutely helps. Thank you everyone for watching. Please check out my gas videos that I release every 5 days, where I am also trying to solve those. I was requested to do it and I'm trying to keep that up. It's a little bit of work, but I'm having fun with it. Please provide any feedback that you've got on whatever I'm doing, whether it's BremSter's Games or here. I'm just trying to have fun and share what I'm doing with people, whether it's interesting to you or not. Thank you everyone. How difficult are you willing? I do 4-star puzzles. The problem I've got is, unlike some channels, I have a lot on my plate and I need downtime. And puzzles, when recording puzzles, like streaming like this is okay, but recording puzzles often isn't downtime for me. It does feel a bit like a job sometimes. And if I struggle with solving a puzzle, oh, no problem, David. Really do appreciate everything you do for the community. Um, um, Often if I'm recording a puzzle, I've mentioned before, I suffer from migraine and I can lose days I can have a migraine and I'm out for days. And I'm fortunate enough to be in a job where if that happens, they're very supportive. But if I'm recording for the channel, often I have to record like 3 or 4 days in advance. And I'm often recording up to a week in advance in order to have the channel running. And if I'm feeling any time pressure or anything and I get a 4-star puzzle in and I can't solve it, I can lose a whole bunch of time. And that just builds up my pressure and everything just falls apart for me. Like, my emotional state just collapses, because all of a sudden it's like I've spent 2 hours on this and I don't have a video from it. I do love trying puzzles like that, but often the pressure of doing them while having a full-time job, looking after someone, dealing with all the health issues in my family, it's just tricky. I haven't retired and I'm not doing this, and I don't have 500,000 subscribers making this generate enough money that I could live off. That's not where I am. So it's a balance for me. And one of the ways I do with that is by trying to do puzzles that I can solve in 30 to 40 minutes every day. That's my balance. It's just the only way I can make it work. I hope that makes sense, Luckier. I'm trying to be open about everything I do here. I don't hide it. I do hope that makes sense. But I'm happy to work with people in order to try and get things in. And I do have guest solvers who can often do puzzles. But I've had some that I've submitted that I've sent through to guest solvers, including Doomed Yacht and others. There's a special guest solver coming soon who couldn't do them. They just couldn't solve the puzzle. So, yeah. And I do get some solve guides. I've had solve guides moderately recently, which were literally just copy and paste from Rank's Sudoku solver. It's like, here's my solve guide. Literally, it was almost screenshot of the Rank's Sudoku solver stuff. And it's like, that's not a solve guide. That doesn't help me. Um, Feel free to recommend anyway. My puzzles go through testing and my testers will provide me feedback on that. And if it's a puzzle that I'm interested in doing, I will try it. And I will often be honest with a case of, I will do an edit where I say, I got stuck at this point, and if you can provide hints or anything like that, I will often do it. Rank Solver can provide humanable puzzles, but it doesn't always. And if I get stuck, I will put an edit point in and say, I got stuck here. This is what I was missing. Or I will often turn around and say, I couldn't blind solve this. I got help. Here is me solving it again, kind of knowing what I need to do. I don't know if you ever resolve puzzles. Like, I believe most people have told me that they do resolve puzzles sometimes because they really enjoyed the puzzle and they wanted to explore it further. Often when I resolve puzzles, I find different things. So often when I solve a puzzle once, I will come back and I will try and resolve it for the channel, and I will find something completely new while I'm solving it on channel, and it goes down a completely different direction, and I absolutely love that. So not all of my puzzles are blind solves. I would say 85 to 90% of them are, maybe more, but not all of them are. I often call out that it's not a blind solve, and I'm prepared to try that like here for stuff. So go for it. How many times does the guide include XYZ wing and contradiction? Contradiction, more than half. More than half of the solve guides I get include contradiction, particularly thermos recently. You know, if this digit is this, then, and it literally will say, if you put a 4 here, then you cannot place an 8 in box 9. Like if you place a 4 in like row 6, column 2, you cannot place a 9 in box 9. And that will be their solve guide. And it's like, why? I can't, sometimes it's clear, but most of the time I'm looking at it going, nah, I don't get it. Why? Nope. And it doesn't help, particularly when they don't provide images as to why, or so, oh, this means that this, you know, this. You need, your solve guide should be a guide. It shouldn't just be, oh, this is what the solver sees next, or this is the next thing. Your solve guide should allow someone who doesn't know your puzzle and doesn't know what's coming through to do it. Now, I don't always require a full solve guide. I will often just take hints. If your puzzle is like 2 low 3 stars, just turn around and say, oh, at some point you're going to need to look for an X-wing on 5s in row 2 and 5 sort of thing. So, and stuff like that will often help. Break-in involves sort of this, you know, weird interaction of arrows out of box 1. That's often enough. And I won't look at that unless I'm completely stuck. But the harder your puzzle, the more you need more information, which is why I started my channel, because I got really hard puzzles, started setting harder and harder puzzles, and I couldn't solve them. I couldn't remember how to solve my puzzles. So I wanted to record them because the only way I could interact, I can't write solve guides. I'm terrible at it, but I can do this. So this is what I started doing. You need to say why. Yes, I have no problem with contradictions, but contradictions that are just like, oh, this, if this is a 4, you can't put a 9 down here, needs an explanation most of the time. Like, if you put a 4 here, then that forces a 9 into here by German Whisper, which removes the 9 from here, which blah, 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 blah. Just a little bit more to get you going. So many solve guides, and I see a lot of them, just assume that people are going to spot. I've had solve guides that assume that I was going to see the finned skyscraper. I think it was a finned skyscraper. It was something like that. It might have been a finned jellyfish. So if you put a digit here, then this, you cannot put a blah in this box. And it was a finned, it might have been a finned jellyfish that caused it. It's like, why? I'm not seeing that. I think it was something like that. It was just bonkers. It's like, no, just no. And yeah, and I'm not complaining. I'm not saying these are bad puzzles. I'm saying that in order for me to be able to present your logic, like I had people attack me. This is my rant stage of the video. Like I did a puzzle by Piotr V, and it was the most recent thing on the channel except for this stream. And I had someone turn around and say my solve of it was terrible because I didn't use set theory. I didn't need to use set. Or set. I didn't need to use set equivalence theory. I didn't need to use set. I didn't need to use set. So why would I? At no point did I feel stuck enough that I needed to go and look for a set equivalence. I flowed through the puzzle. I found stuff. I used what I found and I solved the puzzle. I had a great time doing it. Why would I look for something as complex as an interacting set when I didn't feel I needed it? Why would I use a sledgehammer to crack a walnut? It's like, I don't need to do that. Now, if other people did because they saw the set, that's great. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It's the whole concept of people solving in different ways. But at no point was I sitting there going, I can't see what to do. Am I looking for a set? Because I never got that stuck. I may have been looking for what's next, but I never got stuck enough that I felt I needed to look for set. So I didn't. Nothing wrong with that. But apparently my solve was atrocious. Was atrocious the word that was used? Garbage. The solve was garbage. Let me tell you, this solve is garbage and I'm not kidding. That was the comment. Yeah, I try and avoid set as well. So puzzle is really good and very interesting. I solved it in 21 minutes and 52 seconds, but let me tell you, this solve is garbage and I'm not kidding. That was the comment. Woohoo. Probably, and didn't say why. I'm assuming because I didn't use set. I didn't need to. That is the sort of stuff. I get messages like that in Discord every day. Every single day. Oh, hey, butterfly. At least I've only had one person wish I was dead. So anyway, it's all good, Ratfinks. It's all fine. I really enjoyed all of the puzzles I did on this except one. It's okay. Not every puzzle can be perfect. I really loved Portal Revolution. I am recommending it highly. There was one puzzle in Portal Revolution I thought was absolutely terrible. The rest of the game was stunning. I highly recommend it. Thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate everything that people do. Once again, please go and nominate puzzles for Best of 2023. That would mean a lot more to me than financial donations. And please come and join me on BremSter Games if you get the chance. It's a lot of fun and I just have fun doing different things. I play different styles of games and I really do just hang out and be me. And I rant a lot. So, you know, if you like chatting to me, it's the place to do it. Thanks everyone. And as always, good luck with your solving.